Live from Serpentini Chevrolet Stadium in North Royalton, this is the SmeeSports Pregame Show on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. For the final time at this lovely stadium, Holy Name is the home team. A bittersweet moment, but a great game on hand as the Holy Name Green Wave take on the Cleveland Central Catholic Ironmen. Cam Ragazzo down there, Bryce Fisher in the middle, and I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. Gentlemen, good to be with you tonight. A lot less chaos before the game, given how last week started, but still plenty of chaos.
Oh, yeah, but it was a pretty smooth drive here, you know, and once we got up here, other than the 500 stairs we have to step up, everything's been really smooth.
Yeah, kind of just a short little quick 25-minute drive for me, so definitely like it, but like Smee said, kind of bittersweet being the last time that Holy Name's the home team here.
That later, and just to throw figures out there, our 15-minute drive just to kind of prove where I rank. I believe, Bryce, you're about an hour, I think you said, from Glen Oak, North Canton more
specifically. Yes, I am, about an hour, 57 minutes to be exact.
Not bad at all, but we got some good football to watch today, and we had some great football last week, so I think we start with last week before we get into this week. Game number one that we're going to look at was our game of the week on Saturday night. Cam, you were here with me for it. Holy Name and Madison. 14-13, the Namers somehow in some way got the job done.
Yeah, it kind of felt like Madison was in control the entire game, but I mean, some interesting calls and some unfortunate injuries for Matt. Nothing too big. I think they only made it about to midfield before they started chucking up Hail Marys. But, I mean, just a really great win for Holy Name, coming back kind of through all of that adversity and being down at halftime, but still trying to claw their way back through and really just playing great in that second half.
And just want to preface, we did have some technical difficulties during the monologue from Cam. I mean, kind of fitting. Last game here, we're going to have some technical difficulties.
Of course there would be.
Well, we're going to go out of order here. Bryce, not wanting to leave you out of this too much. You were with us on Friday night. Alliance and Ellet, 26-0. That was our game of the week last week. And Alliance, some might say they impressed. Others might say that wasn't their best football.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't their cleanest game, but, you know, J.R. Jackson took over on both ends, and it was a defensive masterclass from Alliance there, not allowing Ellet to reach the end zone once and limiting them to under 200 yards of total offense.
And I think Brandon Knowles was the guy that impressed both of us in that game for Akron Ellet.
Yeah, very much so. He was a game wrecker, especially at the outside linebacker position. He was able to always find a way to the quarterback, and he had a lot of tackle for losses in that game.
And then looking at the game that none of us were at, it was CCC's game last week, a game that I predicted them to lose to Warrensville Heights. In the end, they got the win 23-6 while running the ball every single time from scrimmage except once. One pass, 5 yards.
Yeah, interesting game plan there. You know, Des Brown definitely struggled to move the ball through the air, but they did have a sophomore breakout in Locklear, and he's going to be a big-time game changer tonight in the run game.
Yeah, I mean, we were kind of talking about it beforehand. They're probably going to go with something similar, a lot of run game, but they could try and catch Holy Name off guard if they try and break out a couple passes here and there. If Holy Name continues to sell out for the run and they set up a play action, could be big play potential.
And I will say, looking at CCC, all of their sports are pretty much built on the class of 2027. We saw it last year with basketball. So many sophomores, albeit one of the big ones transferring out to Garfield Heights, and King Young. We'll talk about his Bulldogs later on tonight during our prediction segment. But the juniors now, they're upperclassmen. How do you take that next step? We saw the expectations that they've had. How do they finally make those expectations reality?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, a lot of talent in this class, but like you said, you have to step up. You have to make those big plays when it matters. You have to have that quote-unquote clutch factor, I guess. You have to be able to come up when it's necessary. And can you win football games when it comes down the stretch? Can you grind out those wins?
Yeah, I think they're really talented. They may not be as talented as some other teams with really good upperclassmen, but I think the biggest thing they need to do is stand out as a group of leaders. They need to lead these younger guys, these sophomores, freshmen who are making an impact, and make sure that they can take control of the game early and often.
And I agree with that. You have to set the tempo early on in this game. We'll talk more about CCC and Holy Name after our first commercial break. A lot of good insight from a number of tremendous sources. Should be a good one tonight. Time locally in North Royalton is 6:20, and you are watching the SmeeSports Pregame Show live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits. Welcome back to North Royalton Serpentini Chevrolet Stadium as you are watching the SmeeSports Pregame Show live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Once again, around the horn, he's Cam Ragazzo, he's Bryce Fisher, and I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. Once again, as we've said, it should be a good game, but why? Why should this be a good game? And I think outside of the records being the same, there's a lot of similarities between these two teams. For Holy Name, a lot of juniors looking to step up tonight and take that next step. The big one being Connor Jameson. It's a private school after losing a game to a very tough opponent early on in the year. Have played some quote-unquote lesser opponents and have gotten some key wins. And then the big one, with a win tonight, you have a very good shot at making the playoffs. But my first question for Holy Name, how do you fix the issues from the Madison game? It wasn't a perfect game. In fact, I would say against most other opponents, that was a loss.
Yeah, I think they really need to just open the playbook up and be willing to take chunk yards when they can get it. Their offense was held to a standstill on quite a few drives last week, and I think they need to make some big offensive adjustments going forward.
Yeah, I mean, definitely like you said, I'm still a little shocked on how Holy Name ended up winning that game, and I think a lot of other people are. But, yeah, to your point, kind of were able just to scrape out with a win, but I think a lot more throws need to be crisp from Connor Jameson. Definitely missed a couple last week that wish he would have had back. But also, I mean, running the ball last week was just so effective at some points, especially with Xavier Rodriguez and that Nick Nemeth tandem. But I expect to see a lot of runs tonight, especially with how they were performing last week, especially with Xavier Rodriguez.
And the big thing with opening up the playbook, let Connor Jameson get comfortable. What was it? Second quarter, 10 minutes left to go that he threw his first deep ball?
Yeah, I mean, he looks good when he's out of the pocket. He looks good. He looked comfortable on the run. He's not worried. So even if there's a rush, he's able to get out of the pocket. He's able to keep his eyes downfield. But we did see him make that one mistake last week. He was running outside of the pocket, made that errant throw that cost him an interception. So definitely got to be a little weary of that.
Yeah, and going off of that, talking about getting outside the pocket, I would really like to see them employ some Aaron Rodgers type strategies. Let him get outside the pocket, let him put the ball in the air, and let his receivers go get it. We're watching him pregame, and he's slinging the ball roughly 50 yards downfield. I'd like to see him use that big arm tonight.
Another key thing to look at for Holy Name is that this is the final non-conference game of the regular season. The next 5, it is a gauntlet. NDCL, CBCA, EC, Lake Catholic, and then Padua. And realistically, you're going to drop at least 2 of those games. I would assume if I was a betting man, the next 2, NDCL and CBCA. So how do you use this game as a refinement tool? Because obviously you want to focus on tonight, but you have to look at the future forecast. And when you see the Lions and the Royals up next, you might get a little skittish, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, I think tonight they really just need to establish quality, efficient plays and stay on schedule. They have to be able to prove that they can do the offensive schemes they want to when they want to. They can't let the defense determine how they're going to play this game, and that will show that their conference opponents, they have to be ready to stop them, and they're not going to play their game either.
Yeah, like you said, obviously this game tonight, and then like you said, very, very tough games. All of them are probably going to be relatively close, especially because of the conference opponents. But I think tonight is kind of, I don't want to say a tune-up game, but it's kind of a get back on schedule from last week. You somehow escaped with a win, and you try and go back to that offense that you had been seeing in that Normandy game. You try and get that defense back that you saw in that Normandy game. Probably won't put up the same numbers, but can you get to that level of those explosive plays and getting your defense out there and getting 3 and outs quickly to get your offense back on the field and continue to work?
And then another big question, now tossing things over to Cleveland Central Catholic. 3-1 on the year. Their first game was Hawken, a team that's at the top of their rankings right now in Region 9, I believe. But then the next couple of games, not such good opposition, if you will. A lot of Cleveland teams that aren't usually the best. Is CCC good? Or was it due to the opposition? Which, either way, you never want to say they won because of the opponent. Sometimes that just...
I think it's kind of a little mix of both. Obviously, Hawken, very, very talented team. And then, like you said, kind of playing
team to play against. I don't think there's ever an opponent's bad versus CCC is good conversation, because teams will always come out and be ready to challenge. I always think back to Appalachian State versus Michigan in 2008 when they came out of nowhere and shocked a top 5 team in the country. So I'd really just like to see CCC a top 5 team in the country. So I'd really just like to see CCC here prove that they're going to be a competitive team for a long time, especially this season. And try
against Glenville, saying they'll be back. And, well, they are.
I heard, I think they have athletes that are going to be very I think they have athletes that are going to be very active all over the field, and they're going to be active all over the field, and they're going to make this Holy Name team put up
on Royalton Road in
on
Royalton Road in North Royalton. Fire 45 is your on Royalton Road in North Royalton. Fire 45 is your go-to restaurant. Whether you are coming in to watch the big game or to enjoy a meal, we have just the food for you. Want to host a private event? We also do that on our venue side. From a 20-person birthday party to a 150-person wedding, we got you covered. Check out our website at www.fire45cleveland.com. Fantastic foods, handhelds, pizza, fireland.com. Fantastic foods, handhelds, pizza, Fire 45. Come taste 45. Come taste what we have cooking. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Koha Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, Welcome back to North Royalton Serpentini Chevrolet Stadium. Hopefully the impression of the internet being cut is gone, but we've had some technical difficulties over the past couple of minutes. We do apologize, but we are back on the air, and hopefully we'll be able to run relatively smoothly throughout the rest of tonight's broadcast. But looking at predictions, a lot of good games this week, a lot of big calls to make, but looking at the overall standings, that's where we should start. I am in last place, only behind Cam by 1 game. I'm 30-30. He's 31-29. Gabe is in second place, 34-26. And then the fan vote in first place, 36-24. We'll first go with Gabe's games this week. I'll just read them out. Pretty basic. Game 1, he has Riverside, 2 Jackson, 3 Louisville, 4 Warren JFK, 5 Hubbard, 6 Avon Lake, 7 Madison. Whoa. 8 Geneva, 9 Edgewood, 10 Lou West, 11 Eastlake North, 12 Padua, 13 Benedictine, 14 Clyde, and 15 Massillon. Some interesting calls in there. Now going back to game number 1, Riverside Painesville versus St. Ignatius. I have the Beavers. Who do you guys have?
I have St. Ignatius winning this one. I think they're going to get their first win on the year.
I'm sticking with Nate. I'm going Riverside.
The fan vote would have to agree. 63 votes in favor of the St. Ignatius Wildcats. Game number 2 features a Federal League battle between Jackson and Green. Once again, I am trusting in Tyson Honka. I think this is the week that Green puts it together and they get the win.
You know, I hope so. I'm trusting him as well.
As am I, boys.
The fan vote says not so fast. They have Jay Rohr's boys. They have the Polar Bears getting that win. Game number 3. I believe the 103rd edition of Louisville versus Hoover. The fan vote is going with Louisville, but just for some reason, I'm going with Hoover.
Give me the lips.
Yeah, I'm going with Louisville.
I'm a big fan of Louisville. I love everything about that school. Tremendous athletic director in Terry Horn. Excellent broadcast team led by Rob Johnson. I'm sorry, guys. Tonight, I have to go with Hoover. And I think it really does stem from last week beating Green. It's a rivalry game. I just think the Vikes have just enough to get past Louisville. Game number 4, it's a 1 p.m. kickoff tomorrow. Warren JFK takes on Marlington. I am going with the Dukes. As for the fan vote, they are also going with Marlington.
I am as well.
Call me a fan because I'm going with Marlington.
And I believe Gabe is lone wolfing Warren JFK. We'll have to wait until tomorrow afternoon to see who is right in that game. Then another big one, Poland taking on Hubbard. Fan vote goes with Poland. I am going with Hubbard, and Braden Songer, we trust.
YSU commit Braden Songer, we ain't trust.
Poland can't let me down twice in a row, can they? I hope not.
So he's going with Poland for game number 5. Game number 6, an interesting toss-up, Avon Lake versus Amherst Steel. I initially was going to go with Steel. Cam, that was initially. That's not me actually saying I'm going with them. After last week, I had to clarify. I'm going with Avon Lake.
I'm also going with Avon Lake. Steel lost a close one late last week to Berea Mid-Park, so.
Yeah, Ian Kane and Brody Pape I trust, so I'm going with Avon Lake.
The fan vote, 59-6 in favor of Avon Lake. That might be the biggest discrepancy that we've seen this season. That is absolutely nuts. From one big discrepancy to a very minute difference, Hawken wins the fan vote over Madison. I am going with Kenny Obie and company. Who do you guys have?
I have Madison tonight.
I got Hawken.
And I would say I would have gone with Madison if everybody wasn't injured.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Definitely a lot of injuries going in that game. It'll be interesting to see who actually plays, but I'm still going with Hawken.
Going to another interesting battle in game number 8. It is Geneva and Perry, not Massillon Perry, the Perry Pirates. I have Perry winning that game. As for the van vote, 49-17. They have the perennial state champ contenders.
I got the Pirates.
I have the Pirates as well.
I think Gabe once again is lone wolfing, and he is going with Geneva. Interesting. The next game, West G versus Edgewood, a battle out on the east side. I am going with West G. I think the Wolverines have enough in that game. Same with the fan vote. Who do you guys have?
I have West G winning that one tonight.
As well do I. That was in English.
Staying out in the CVC, it is Conneaut taking on Lutheran West. I am going with Conneaut. The fan vote says Lutheran West gets their first win, and I kind of think I know where this one's going for you guys.
I say not so fast. I got Conneaut.
I got Lutheran West because I can't pronounce the other one.
I had the split predicted as well. The next game, I think, is a point of contention. Garfield Heights versus Eastlake North. I have the Dogs. The fan vote has the Dogs.
Oh, sorry. I have Garfield Heights. I forgot I have the mic.
I'm going Eastlake North.
And there you go. Cam is lone wolfing. Actually, no. Gabe also went with Eastlake North. So you are riding with Mr. Koza out in Cincy, hoping that they get the win. The next one, I think it's pretty straightforward for all of us. Padua wins the fan vote over EC. I have Padua winning tonight.
I also have Padua.
I have Padua tonight.
So a clean sweep for the Padua Franciscan Bruins. Game number 13, Benedictine takes on Lake Catholic. I think last week it was summed up perfectly by the media. You just can't bet against Benedictine right now. I have the Bengals. The fan vote by 4 votes gives Benny the edge.
I bet against Benedictine last week. I will not be doing so this week. Give me Benedictine.
That is the exact same I did. I will not be mistaking the same. Benedictine.
So I think we're all on the Benedictine hill. I just want to double check. Yes, Gabe also went with Benny. Penultimate pick, Clyde versus Port Clinton, going over to the fan vote. First of all, they have Clyde winning that one. However, I am going with Port Clinton. I think their 3-1 record just a little bit stronger than 1-3 for Clyde, albeit completely different schedules.
I'm also going Port Clinton.
As am I.
And I don't think that stems any bit from a Week 2 soiree back in the 2022 season at all. But going to the last game we have on here, maybe the game of the week, Massillon and St. Ed's. I am going with St. Ed's. The fan vote is going with St. Ed's. I think, Cam, you're going with St. Ed's, and I think Bryce is wrong.
I'm going with Massillon tonight. I am a Can boy. I'm going with the crosstown rivals, Massillon Tigers.
And we did have one submitted prediction. I'll just show Cam, because I think you'll think that's funny. We'll talk about that one later. It does pertain to our staff today, so we'll get to that one in a little bit. Yeah, she's understanding it now.
Yes.
Keys to victory. 3 for each team. For Holy Name, I think it's simple. 1, you got to get a hot start. Number 2, J-Mo has to be on point or at least able to run the offense. And number 3, for the love of God, avoid the injury bug. The injuries have killed this team this year. More and more guys getting injured. You have to avoid the injury bug tonight.
Yeah, I mean, even just the cramps, the constant cramps. I mean, obviously, you have them early on in the season, maybe week 1, week 2, but week 3, week 4, as you keep going on, the cramps can't come up. And then as well as the big injuries, you got to be careful playing out there.
Yeah, this one isn't really related to the team itself, but I think they have to gain the home support. They broke a 4-game drought at home last week, so I think they need to keep that going tonight. I think they also have to win the time of possession. They've really struggled to win games if they are not holding that time of possession. And limit the big plays, especially from Locklear tonight.
As for CCC, run the ball. It's a statement as old as time in football. That's a key to victory. Number 2, ride the high of the last 3 games. You did very good against a very good Hawken team, putting up 6 points on that team, scoring a touchdown against them. That's not an easy feat. Ride that momentum. And then number 3, force the first mistake. And talking to Marshawn Powers, he said it pretty bluntly. If CCC forces the first big mistake of the game, they'll win.
Yeah, this year, when they have 20-plus carries, they have won the game. So I think it is going to be getting the ground game going, running the ball, and that starts with Locklear getting involved early on the outside. I also think the underclassmen are going to have to step up. We've definitely seen some injuries, and they have a lot of underclassmen coming up through this program. They have to make some big plays tonight.
Yeah, like Nate said, I think it's who really makes the big first mistake tonight, whether it's a fumble or an interception or a dumb penalty here and there. I mean, it's really all about that, and I think that's going to be the deciding factor in today's game.
I think that'll wrap up our keys to victory. Usually this is where we say goodbye to the pregame show and toss it back to the field. We will still toss things down to the field. Time locally, 6:43. But one final commercial break, and then it's an interesting segment. A farewell to Serpentini Chevrolet Stadium for the Holy Name Green Wave. A lot of emotions up next after this commercial break as you are watching the SmeeSports Pregame Show on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3888 3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits. Located at 6031 Royalton Road in North Royalton, Fire 45 is your go-to restaurant. Whether you are coming in to watch the big game or to enjoy a meal, we have just the food for you. Want to host a private event? We also do that on our venue side. From a 20-person birthday party to a 150-person wedding, we got you covered. Check out our website at www.fire45cleveland.com. Fantastic foods, handhelds, pizza, Fire 45. Come taste what we have cooking. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. All right, Cam, I think it's time that we give a brief farewell to this stadium. It's a bittersweet moment, obviously, as this is where we graduated from. This will be the last Holy Name class, our class of 2024, the last class to graduate here on this turf. This is the last senior class of 2026 to have Royalton as a home. 15-year deal, it's done. It's bittersweet, but a lot of memories here.
Yeah, definitely a very weird feeling from being in the student section my freshman year to being up here and calling games to playing soccer on this field.
And when I ruined your fun and brought you up here as well.
And yeah, when I was recruited by Nate Smee to come up here. But I mean, definitely a really fun place. A lot of memories here from just being up here in the box. Just it's a really weird feeling.
I think it was really weird when we came back knowing that it was almost done. But that last game we did here, that was the homecoming game 2 years ago now. Andrew Cole had a great play to end things. That was a wild way to end it, but I think a fitting way to end it. A lot of ghosts here in North Royalton, and I think that is something that Holy Name will take with them, whether it be to Brooklyn or to wherever else they might play home games in the next couple of years. But I think that's a perfect way to wrap things up. We'll talk more after this game is done, as we'll focus on the game for the next 48 minutes of actual game time. Once again, should be a fun one. Holy Name and CCC up next on Smee Sports. This has been the Smee Sports Pregame Show, live on the Smee Sports YouTube channel. Thank you. For the last time as the home team at North Royalton Serpentini Chevrolet Stadium, here come the Holy Name Green Wave. They want one more big victory tonight as they take on the Cleveland Central Catholic Ironmen. The Green Wave, the Ironmen, up next on Smee Sports.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove. Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Back into left field. Say goodnight to that baseball.
And there's another one. It's back to back Jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. Needs the point. And it's alive. Hanson pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable.
Once again, good evening and welcome to North Royalton Serpentini Chevrolet Stadium as you are watching OHSAA football on Smee Sports presented by Ledgewood Barbershop. Once again, we are working through some technical difficulties. The screen is frozen because we are moving a camera upstairs. We did NDI, but Cam, a couple weeks passed and the internet not working.
Well, of course, in the last game that we are the home team here, of course, we have technical difficulties.
I think it's fitting. I think it might be the perfect way to close out our chapter here at North Royalton Serpentini Chevrolet Stadium. Cam, can you think of a better way?
No, I can't.
And the players will be taking the field. This will be audio only for hopefully a few moments, but we will see how this ends up working once we do get eyes on that extra camera. Once it is up there, Holy Name will be kicking off, working from left to right. It is Owen Pry lining up to boot the ball away. CCC working right to left. They are in their white road jerseys. They will be ready to go here in a moment. Time locally is 6:58 p.m. Pry is lined up and ready to go, and so are we. Pry sends it away, and we are off to the races in North Royalton. Kick taken in at around the 10-yard line, and here come the Ironmen. Good return to the 25, now 30, now to the 35, and he will be finally spun down at around the 40. Joshua Moon Jr., the freshman, a solid return, and that'll set the stage for Damon Brown, the senior quarterback, to lead out the Ironmen.
That was a very good return. A lot of broken tackles on that play. A lot of yards, extra yards gained. Kind of got stopped initially around the 20 was when he was first hit, but able to use his legs and now set up at the 41.
So now we do have our camera back. First down and 10 at the 41-yard line. And the hope is that we will also get our camera down on the field. J-Rod, our producer, it's up to you. If you think you have the shot, just take it. It's going to be a little bit different than initially prescribed, but we're going to make it work. First down at 10. Handoff. Once again, an aggressive running approach tonight expected for CCC. That time the Namers snuff it out. Not much going on the play.
Just a little kind of sweep left, but expect a heavy dose of run here tonight from CCC. So I feel like the Namers and their defense is really dialed up for that run.
First time we see Locklear get the ball tonight. And as Bryce pointed out in pregame, if CCC runs the ball more than 20 times in a single game, they are 3-0 this year. So a very impressive stat for the Ironmen. And they have really improved since last year. Second down and 12 after the loss of 2. Once again, Brown under center. He will throw. Pass is incomplete. Too high of the intended target, Donnie Driscoll.
Incredibly high. I mean, he jumped and it was still well over his head.
And to our basketball fans, Donnie Driscoll should sound like a very familiar name. One of the key figures in the offense of CCC basketball. Playing for Mike Duncan, class of 02 over at CCC. So now third down and 12 for the Ironmen. Obviously, they are a run-heavy team, but I would have to think this is a passing down.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I was going to say. Only one pass completed last week, and that was for 5 yards. So, going to have to come up with something here.
A big potential turning point for the Namer defense as they look to continue this excellent defensive possession. Third down and 12. Brown running out of time. He will step up in the pocket. He takes it himself, and he will be denied. Maybe pushing the pile for a gain of 2. It'll be fourth down and 10, and it'll be 3 and out for the CCC Ironmen.
Really good defense to open up by Holy Name. I mean, excellent. Stopping them on the first run and then forcing them into that third and long where nothing really was going, so had to escape in the pocket and doesn't let him scramble for the first down.
And now it'll be Holy Name getting the ball back, an opportunity to do some damage on their opening drive. And once again, this goes back to Connor Jamison. Can he be a key figure in this offense tonight? And we'll have an initial read on it in a few moments. But CCC, a low snap. They are able to send it away. And it'll be fair caught at around the 30-yard line by Xavier Rodriguez. And here comes Connor Jamison onto the field. The junior quarterback, a lot of pressure on him. 38 for 84 on the year, 389 yards, 3 touchdowns to 4 INTs.
Yeah, definitely going to be a big game for him tonight. Can he get back on track? Can he get those completions down early and try and spread the ball down the field, push it like Bryce said?
So it'll be first down and 10 at the 31. We saw a lot of runs against Madison on Saturday night. A very successful game for the Green Wave. We'll see if that becomes the ideology for the rest of the year or if that was only a flash in the pan. It'll be Rodriguez lined up behind Jamison to get things underway. 2 receivers out wide left, and it is Nemeth off the right tackle. Jamison handoff, Rodriguez inside the hashes, pushing forward, and he will be upended at the 36-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play, and that is staying ahead of schedule.
Yeah, but initial play right there, very good blocking by the O-line, especially on that left side, and a nice burst of speed there from Rodriguez to hit the hole.
So now second down and 5. Xavier Rodriguez entering play tonight, 340 yards, and now 345 on the year on 37 carries. Starting to get some signal from our camera down below. Hopefully that'll be steadier than expected. High snap, J-Mo pass in the flats, caught once again by Xavier Rodriguez. This time not as much going. A pickup of 2 on the play. Now third down and 3 upcoming.
I like the idea, though. Try and get one of your best athletes in open space. See if he can break a couple of tackles. Try and break one loose, as well as kind of getting Connor into that rhythm. Already a completion right there, so good to see. But can they get this third down? Can they not go 3 and out? Their defense doing them a favor. Can they return it?
That was Messiah Jordan in on the tackle for the Ironmen. Third down and 2 for Holy Name, less than 9 to go in the opening frame. Gonzalez in motion on the near side. Jamison keeps it himself, not much room, cuts it up the hashes, and he gets more than enough for the first down. Didn't look pretty at first, but in the end, it is a pickup of 6 for Gonzalez, or rather, for Jamison.
I feel like he reminds me of Will Howard with that, especially with how big Jamison is, kind of not as elusive, not the typical runner that you're going to have as your quarterback, but still able to get in there and get the first down.
And he looks to continue doing that. And once again, as you said, not a prototypical running quarterback, but by necessity, he can go out there and scamper for enough to get the first down, as he does right there. Jet sweep, it is Nemeth going to the far side. And Nemeth, not much going on that one, getting to about the 47, pickup of 2 on the play. Jordan and Johnson in on the tackle for CCC. And once again, might not be the deepest roster of all time, but a lot of talent there. The players that they do have playing football, they are top tier.
Yeah, we talked about in the pregame, kind of a lot of underclassmen, now upperclassmen being that talented junior class. Can they step up tonight?
And they will have to in a big way. Second down and 8, and once again, the clock just continues to run here in the opening frame. In motion, Carter Varga, the sophomore. Jamison dropping back for the first time tonight. He will take a shot for Nick Nemeth, but well overshoots his targets.
Just a little bit too much under it, probably about 5 yards too much. I mean, I like the attempt there. I like trying to push the ball down the field to try and create that space, but now it sets you up with a long third down.
And they will need to find something here. J-Mo, we saw that early completion in the flats. Do we go back to it here, or is that too easy of a decision and CCC can easily snuff it out?
If I were knowing this Holy Name team, I would probably expect a screen pass.
We'll see who they end up designing it for, if that is their option. Nemeth in motion on third down and 8. Jamison, he will hand it off to Rodriguez, and Rodriguez able to get maybe 3 on the carry, and it'll be fourth down and 5. An interesting play call by Holy Name, going with a run on third down and long.
Yeah, definitely an interesting one, and it doesn't pay off.
And that gives the ball right back to CCC. So this could be a very interesting start to the game. If both sides have these struggles, it might take one or two punches to really decide our winner tonight. Nemeth back in punt formation at his own 35 for Holy Name. Less than 7 to go in the opening frame as Nick will boot it away. A thundering kick, and it'll be bobbled at around the 11. And that is where CCC will take back possession as Messiah Jordan falls on the football. 6:50 on the clock in Q1. We will step aside and hear a word from our sponsors.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013.
Welcome back to North Royalton Serpentini Chevrolet Stadium. 6:50 on the clock in Q1. Both offenses stalling out quickly. And here come the Ironmen for their second chance at the offensive game. And just like the first attempt, it is a loss of a yard on the first carry. Locklear nowhere to go.
Yeah, Holy Name's defense has really been stout, albeit only on 4 plays, but really sniffing out this run early. Kind of know the game plan going in. Like we said, only 1 completed pass last week for only 5 yards. So they're expecting the heavy dose of run. So far, defense has done their job.
And a lot of this is going to be watching film. We talk with Nick Nemeth all the time about the importance of watching film. That's why he has so many interceptions on the year. He knows the cadences. He can read the eyes better than really anybody else can. And that can help him out in a game like this, a game that could come down to one minute error. So 2nd down and 11 for CCC. Brown, he will drop back, has some time, steps up in the pocket, and he will take it himself. And he gets maybe back to the initial line of scrimmage, pickup of 1, and we are back to square one. 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, he had to get out of there in a hurry. Nick Nemeth was coming on the blitz, absolutely blew up the blocker. Luckily, stepped forward and avoided that potential TFL and gets back to the 1st down. He gets back to the line of scrimmage.
And as well, just to illustrate how quick this game has gone so far, we are only 2 minutes behind actual time. It's 7:08:30. We are now, actually more than that, maybe a minute behind actual game time. So now around 7:09, minute and a half reality ahead of this football game, which is really impressive.
Yeah, not a lot of offense. It's all been defense so far, but can CCC flip that narrative?
3rd down and 10 for Damon Brown and the offense. Brown, it's a handoff, and it is immediately snuffed out by the Namers. Yet again, it is going to be Jeffrey Bird in on the tackle. No surprise at all to see Jeff continuing his great performance on Saturday tonight.
Yeah, I mean, really showed out last week, showed why he was in that starting role, and like you said, just again, in the backfield, able to make that tackle, even on a long 3rd down. I mean, yeah, just snuffs it out perfectly.
Shot the gap to perfection, and it is back-to-back 3 and outs for CCC, and it is a blocked punt. I think they got a piece of it, and that'll set up Jamison at around the 26-yard line. Prime field position for the Namers.
Yeah, really, really good field position, but can you cash in?
And as we see Holy Name come back onto the field for the 2nd drive, is this where we see them just commit to the run and not look back?
I think so, especially running it up that gut with Xavier Rodriguez first play, getting 5 yards. I think you got to go back to it. I think you got to go back to that tandem backfield, and one of them's blocking, one of them's running the ball.
And we'll see if that ends up happening or not. A lot of moving pieces in this Holy Name offense. No true running backs or wide receivers outside of really Esso Gonzalez. I would say just athletes on this offense. Esso, just a true wide receiver. Nemeth motion to the far side on 1st down and 10. Rodriguez takes it on the handoff, and he gets maybe 1. And now my question for you, Cam. You played with Owen Pry. What's his range?
I'd say it's probably around here. I haven't seen him really kick a football in all too long, but I'd say it's probably around here, maybe another 5 yards. But he's got a pretty strong leg on him.
And he might have to use it here as this is field goal range. The Holy Name offense, they need to find a way back in it. And by getting back in it, it's simple. Getting in it in the first place. 2nd down and 10. Jamison, his pass, it is caught by Nemeth, and it is a big first down for the Green Wave.
I mean, great timing route right there. Pretty much hitches ran all the way around, throws it to Nick Nemeth, breaks a tackle, and able to get that first down. Just great job right there, being on time by both the receiver and Connor.
Donnie Driscoll in on the tackle. And we talk about Donnie Driscoll. He is a key piece for CCC, both in football and in basketball. Good wrap-up tackle, but Holy Name knocking on the door now in the red zone at the 14 of the Ironmen. Truly, they have to find something on this drive. 1st down and 10. It's a sweep for Nemeth. Nemeth trying to get outside the hashes. There's a flag. He is at the 10, diving towards the 5, and he will be taken out of bounds. But I think just like he was taken out of bounds, this one is getting taken back.
Yep, looks like it was in the offensive backfield. I'm pretty sure he already showed that it was holding, I believe.
And I feel like at that point, you just take that as a practice rep more than anything. You know it's not going to count in the game if there is an obvious hold. So you just go for it there, and Holy Name, they are getting backed up, and this will make things a lot more difficult. You have the one good play, and then the mistake.
Yeah.
They have to avoid that mistake, and that's the big thing for Holy Name, not just tonight, but all season. They've had a couple of really good drives just fall apart, and it's simple why. A couple penalties, a couple of mistakes, and then it's done. 1st down and 20 for the Namers. They need to get to the 5 of CCC. Rodriguez breaking a few tackles, gets up to the 16, or rather the 17. And it'll be a solid pickup, but still 2nd down and long.
I mean, I don't think now would be a bad time to kind of break out one of those screen passes. Obviously, a lot of film on them, but when they're there, they're there. Especially when you have those blockers ahead of you going full head down the field looking to get to that kind of corner of the end zone.
It is Noah Cunningham coming into the ball game for one of the first times. He was a key figure last week in the victory over Madison, and we will see how he factors into tonight's ball game. Jamison rolling out to his right. His pass is caught by Noah Wallace, and he is upended immediately. Taken down at the 15. It'll be 3rd down and 11. But good to see the young buck getting involved in the offense.
Yeah, good grab right there. Obviously gets hit right away, but able to walk up the field on his own power. But good job by Connor, kind of sensing the pressure, rolling out, making a good, accurate throw on the run to make this a more manageable 3rd down, albeit still very long.
And now 90 seconds left to go in the opening quarter. Man, time has blown by really quick. Here we go, 3rd down and 11 for Jamison. He will take the shot. Pass is caught by Gonzalez. Touchdown, Holy Name.
Wow.
A jump ball for Esso, and it is the big sophomore coming up with the touchdown.
I mean, that's literally, I guess that's how they drew it up. Just like you said, kind of always looking at Esso right there, far right of your screen, and just throws it up in the back, one-on-one coverage, but Esso kind of just goes up there and plucks it out of the air.
And going back to Bryce's comparison with Aaron Rodgers, that follow-through looks so much like A-Rod.
I mean, it really does. Kind of the similarities, you could see them.
Nicely done by Esso. That is touchdown number 2 on the year for him. And it is Owen Pry on for the PAT, and it is good. J-Mo takes a shot, and J-Mo is rewarded. Esso Gonzalez with the big touchdown for Holy Name. $1:20 on the clock in Q1. It's the Namers up by a score on SmeeSports.
Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Welcome back to North Royalton Serpentini Chevrolet Stadium. Courtesy of a jump ball touchdown from Esso Gonzalez. It is Holy Name on top 7-0 against the Cleveland Central Catholic Ironmen as you are watching OHSAA football on SmeeSports, presented by Ledgewood Barbershop. He's Cam Ragazzo. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you. A very interesting affair so far, Cam. A big touchdown for Esso, but more importantly, JMO, he is getting his confidence back.
I mean, he really is. A very beautiful deep ball to Gonzalez for that touchdown.
And a good broken tackle by CCC. Now a second. There's a flag, and I think this might be some kind of face mask. I think you're saying holding, which I agree could be part of it, but based on when that flag was thrown, that was on the initial hit.
Yeah, both. There were two flags, so.
Could be both. But I think they will back them up. And that is always the easy decision to make in the backfield. But I think we did kind of see an awkward takedown attempt on the first one. Either way, CCC still looking for that first down of the game. They need answers here. And once again, I feel like this could be a spot that they have to abandon the running ideology. And that's what happened against Hawken.
Yeah, down early in that game. I think the final, you said, ended up being 44-6, but definitely a tough team to play.
33-6 was the final. Hawken, a very good team this year. Maybe a surprise package out on the east side. First down at 10 for Brown and the offense. Damon dropping back. He will take the heave over the middle. Pass is caught! There he is. It is Donovan Driscoll. What a catch by Donnie.
Huge catch.
I feel like that one deserves the full legal name for Mr. Driscoll. A beautiful catch over the middle. We talk about him being a key impact player no matter the sport. That's why. His athleticism.
Yeah, and shows it right there. Huge pickup. I believe that was 26-yard reception.
And the way that he just leaps up for it, truly impressive. A gutsy move, but that is big for the Ironmen as they are starting to drive. That is their first down of the game as well. That is worth noting. So first down at 10 at their own 37. Brown, he will hand it off. It is Locklear. Locklear gets some space, and he is upended at his own 39. A pickup of a couple on the play.
I believe that's one of the first times that Locklear has actually found positive yards.
And I think a lot of that comes from opening up the playbook. You get that big pass up the field. Holy Name, they have to plan for it. Then all of a sudden, they hand the ball off to Locklear. Locklear able to get a couple. And I think CCC is content with the last couple of plays. And they will see this one out to the second quarter. And so will we. 12 minutes down at North Royalton High School. It is the Holy Name Green Wave up 7-0 on the Cleveland Central Catholic Ironmen. You are watching OHSAA football on SmeeSports, presented by Ledgewood Barbershop.
Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits.
Welcome back to North Royalton Serpentini Chevrolet Stadium. Through the opening 12 minutes of play, it is the Holy Name Green Wave up 7-0 on the Cleveland Central Catholic Ironmen. He's Cam Ragazzo. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. And Cam, what a touchdown grab by Esso Gonzalez.
Yeah, really kind of just went up there and plucked it out of the air, as I said before.
CCC starting to drive now at their own 39. Second down and 8. It is a keeper for Brown. And Brown is able to push his way to the 43, now 44-yard line. That'll bring up third down and 2. And those QB keepers are so dangerous. 42 carries entering play tonight. $195 on the ground and 3 scores.
Yeah, definitely a dangerous in the run game, and Holy Name needs to keep an eye out for him.
And there is an injured Ironman on the far side of the field. As he is attended to, we will step aside and hear a word from our sponsor, one that is in North Royalton, Fire 45.
Located at 6031 Royalton Road in North Royalton, Fire 45 is your go-to restaurant. Whether you are coming in to watch the big game or to enjoy a meal, we have just the food for you. Want to host a private event? We also do that on our venue side. From a 20-person birthday party to a 150-person wedding, we got you covered. Check out our website at www.fire45cleveland.com. Fantastic foods, handhelds, pizza, Fire 45. Come taste what we have cooking.
A big decision right now for CCC. As Cam moments ago, the injured player got off the field. That is Damon Brown, the quarterback.
Yeah, definitely could be a big injury, but I believe he was able to walk off the field under his own power, but will have to be out for this play. I expect a run here.
So 3rd down and 3. The line to get is the 46 of CCC. And this will be a pseudo Wildcat most likely. It is Messiah Jordan in the backfield wearing number 1. Jordan, he will take it himself, running out to the left side. Gets out of 1 tackle, but not able to get out of 2. It is a big TFL for the Namer defense, and that'll stall CCC's drive.
Who else but Nick Nemeth? Able to secure that tackle around the legs and not allow for any more yardage as the team comes to help him collect the rest.
And Joe Kuchera is having the time of his life down below after that play. And you'll see it here, that initial hit coming from Gabe McKee. And then, as you said, it is Nick Nemeth coming in, laying the wood. And just like that, Holy Name gets it back. And if the offense can run like they did moments ago, then this could be a great spot for them to really put their foot on the gas and never look back.
Yeah, I mean, it really can, especially with if they're able to open the playbook, like you said, and push the ball down the field.
And if you are Holy Name, do you go back to the run, or do you just say, you know what, J-Mo, have yourself a day in the air?
I think you kind of got to do a little mix of both.
Jordan sends it away, and it is fair caught by Xavier Rodriguez at the 30-yard line of Holy Name, and that'll bring back out the offense. The offense not without its injury troubles. Ballantyne and Davis, 2 starters on the O-line, out tonight. Caden Parker lost for the season as well, one of the key rushers for the Namers. But a lot of guys have stepped up in a big way, and they have really made this a very good offense. Entering play tonight, not a bad average at all. 25.25 per game.
Yeah, definitely not bad.
Last year was 14 points per game, and that was, I believe, year number 1 with Danny Day as the offensive coordinator. Year number 2, more familiar with his new quarterback, more pieces to work with, albeit losing a very key offensive figure in Jawan Bryant.
Yeah, definitely hurts when you lose some big pieces like that, but still kind of able to work with what he's got and trying to, like you said, even with those defensive or those injuries this year.
Pass is caught over the middle. That is Carter Varga, and it is a good 1st down for the Namers. One of the first times that we have called his name in an offensive fashion this season. Could be a future tight end for the Holy Name Green Wave. And I wouldn't mind the revival of the tight end position. I think Colin Phelps back in 2020 was the last really true tight end the Namers have had.
Yeah, it's definitely been a very long time since that kind of position has been alive and well. Wouldn't mind it, like you said.
Back in that class of 2021, headline with him and Seth Wallace. 1st down and 10, handoff, and not much going on the play. A solid pickup after the fact. It looked very slow from the get-go, but Xavier Rodriguez always able to get a few extra yards somehow in some way. And I feel like that's just the beauty of who he is as a player. He always finds a way to go a little bit further than expected.
Yeah, it kind of always seems like he's always churning the legs no matter how many people are trying to bring him down.
And we'll check back in with our on-field camera here for a moment. Beautiful angle down there, courtesy of Cam's brother, Jacob. 2nd down and 5. Rodriguez goes left to right in the backfield. Jamison has to take a shot. Goes for Preissel. Pass is intercepted. There's a flag. This could be coming back. It is Donnie Driscoll with the INT. And he will be spun down at around midfield. But now we will address the laundry. It was a fight on both sides. And we will see if Donnie got a little bit too friendly or not.
Be a close one, like you said, kind of fighting on both sides.
You'll see it here. Perfectly done, actually, by Jacob.
Wow.
Look at that. And as well, good call by J-Rod doing our producing tonight. That was actually a beautiful angle.
And it's on CCC.
And I would agree based on that beautiful angle which we just saw.
Yeah.
So an INT from Driscoll taken off the board. It was a good jump ball. If he would have put his hands in a better spot for maybe an extra second, then that would have been a big INT. But if you're JMO, is this a point that you get scared or a point where you put 10 toes down and go?
I think you put 10 toes down and go.
The tough call. You don't want to give that INT right back after avoiding it. But right now the offense in a good spot, and they will try to work from here. First down and 10. Handoff Rodriguez, and Xavier gets it to the 30. And as well, for those just tuning in, make sure you do stay tuned at halftime, as we will have the band of Holy Name, their halftime show. It is going to be great. It's going to be fun, and it'll be live here on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. And it just came back up again on my camera over here. We'll watch back that INT. And Cam, I think looking at this replay once again.
Yeah.
I think hands to the face. That's how Donnie Driscoll was able to come up with it. But second down and 8 after the pickup of 2 for Rodriguez. Jamison, not much time, flushed out to his right, pass over the middle, caught by Gonzalez, and he will be put down at the 27-yard line. Solid pickup, third down and medium upcoming for the Namer offense.
And I'm going to keep going back to this. Again, not a bad throw on the run from Connor Jamison. He senses the pressure, gets out of the pocket, even with one trailing behind him, finds an open receiver right over the middle of the field, makes a good, accurate throw. A manageable third down here.
And once again, the age-old question for Holy Name football. Do you run or do you pass? Such a tough question right now. It shouldn't be, but it really is. And as well, we'll look for some score updates in a few moments. Handoff, it is Nemeth, and it is decision time for the Green Wave. It is fourth down and short, and I do think you keep the offense on the field, or at least go hard count.
Yeah, I say you go for it. I see you play hard-nosed football, you run it again.
Score updates from around the grounds in the first quarter. Alliance up 21-0 on Canton Central. In quarter number 2, whoa! Glen Oak is up on Lake 7-0. Wow. Supposed to lose by 38.
Wow.
Hoover as well up 7-zip on the Leps. No score between Canton Central and, or East Canton rather, and Ridgewood. Northwest up 3-0 on the Canton South Wildcats. But wow, what a job by Glen Oak. Fourth down and 2, handoff Rodriguez, and he didn't get it. What a stop by Cleveland Central Catholic.
Wow.
And that'll give the ball right back to the offense. A dangerous drive stalls out for Holy Name, and they are at the mercy of the Ironmen. 6:47 on the clock in the first half. We will step aside momentarily and hear a word from our sponsor. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. 6:47 on the clock in the first half. First down and 10. Handoff for the Ironman. Locklear, he is upended. And once again, it is the big man, Jeffrey Bird.
Yeah, I mean, seems to be all over the field exactly where the ball is, and happens to end up there again. Unfortunately, looks like an injured Ironman. So we are going to take a step away.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Experiencing pain of any kind? call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013.
The injured Ironman able to get off the field as well through one in Louisville. It is Minerva up 10-zip on St. Thomas Aquinas. Second down and 12. Handoff here for the Ironman. This time it is Moon. And Moon is able to get a decent pickup, getting to around the 29-yard line. Third down and semi-medium.
I think they're probably going to go with the pass here. Obviously that huge, I believe it was a 26-yard catch to Driscoll. So obviously I think they're going pass here on this kind of third and medium, third and longer.
As well, score update, end of one, Avon 21, Olmsted Falls, nada. A big result for Coach Elder and company. So third down and 6, 5:40 left to go in the first half. And a potential turning point for CCC quarterback keeper. And there is nowhere else to go. Bird finishes the play, started by Noah Wallace. And that'll give the ball back to the Namers. And as well, that is Messiah Jordan in the backfield. If Brown doesn't come back in, this might be all Wildcat from here on out. That is worth noting.
That is very true. It's tough to see if he's over there on that far sideline. I think that might be him on the bench. So we will keep that monitored.
Definitely something that we do have to do, as that is a key storyline to look at. Looking for some score updates from some other games, and not really the easiest to find right now, especially for our game. So we will see what we can find in the meantime. But tomorrow, it is senior day for Holy Name Boys Soccer. It is going to be a good one, as it is going to be Holy Name and Lutheran West Soccer, 12 p.m. kickoff. And on your screen just moments ago, you had to give love to Coach Joe Airbar, a Holy Name legend.
Absolutely. I mean, loved being in his classes, loved hearing about all the ghosts of the past, and especially the ghost on this field.
Once again, still trying to find some score updates. There's some good ones. Just, I think, Cam, you're in agreement. We want to find the ones that pertain to our predictions.
I definitely do.
And as well, a wrinkle in the reason why I can't find any for Benedict and Lake Catholic. They kick off at 7:30. Slight issue there, so I think that's understood now. Low punt taken in at the 45, and here come the Green Wave. It is Preissel, awkwardly uplifted, and he is finally taken down at the 45. A very slow, methodical play, and we do have a score update in the second quarter. Riverside up 6-0 on St. Ignatius.
I mean, Iggy looking for their first win. Can they respond?
They've lost their last 12. Just to put that in perspective for the Ignatius Wanderers. This was one of the games they're projected to win. Same next week with Benedictine. Otherwise, you go to Clarkson North, and you have to win that game.
Yeah, a very, very tough schedule.
And we'll have to see if anything does change for Ignatius. Maybe a new formation or just some new personnel on the field. We'll see what they end up doing. First down and 10, Rodriguez. He is dragged down in the backfield.
Huge TFL there.
Jalen Pace, the sophomore, in on the hit. And Cam, if it wasn't for the quarterback being injured right now, I feel like easily this could be CCC's game to win.
I mean, exactly. It feels like on that play, a lot of people queued in on the run. They were in the backfield waiting for it, and a 3-yard TFL is the result on the play. I want to see Holy Name open the playbook a little bit more, possibly with one of those screens, especially with how hard they're queuing on the run.
As well, some interesting score updates in the first quarter. Boardman up on CVCA. Very interesting there. Second down and 13, and we will have a timeout called, and we will follow suit. 4 minutes, or now 3:56 on the clock left to go in the first half. Holy Name up 7-0 on CCC. Once again, make sure you stick with us at halftime for the Holy Name Marching Band halftime show. But for now, we step aside on SmeeSports.
Located at 6031 Royalton Road in North Royalton, Fire 45 is your go-to restaurant. Whether you are coming in to watch the big game or to enjoy a meal, we have just the food for you. Want to host a private event? We also do that on our venue side. From a 20-person birthday party to a 150-person wedding, we got you covered. Check out our website at www.fire45cleveland.com. Fantastic foods, handhelds, pizza, Fire 45. Come taste what we have cooking.
3:56 left to go in the first half. Holy Name in a tight one, up 7-0 on CCC. And if you are the Green Wave, you have to find a way to score on this drive.
Absolutely.
Jamison dropping back on 2nd down and 13. Pass is caught by Nick Nemeth, and he is close to the first down marker. On the far side, they say a yard short. On the near side, they move the chains. It's a first down, but at a heavy cost. It is Nick Nemeth now down on the turf for Holy Name. That is a big injury for them. And right now, Cam, it does not look good.
No, it does not.
Just awful to see it happen now. Final home game here for him as a Namer. Final home game for Holy Name at North Royalton, and this is not how you want it to go. And I feel like without Nick Nemeth, that's an even bigger loss than Damon Brown.
I mean, it definitely is, especially playing both sides of the ball and how dynamic he is. He's always all over the field. Able to get up, though. Looks like it was a leg injury of some sort. So they're going to check him out. Hopefully he is okay.
He has been bruised and battered all season. Kind of as you would expect from a star player, taking the bad end of almost any bad hit.
Yeah.
So now with 3:48 left to go, without Nemeth on the field for this play, Holy Name will have to turn to somebody else. And if I was a betting man, if this was a run, you got to turn to Xavier Rodriguez. But we'll see. Man in motion on first down. Jamison, he will drop back, has time, high pass, incomplete, intended for Xavier Rodriguez, and an awkward hop step.
Yeah, there was that screen that I was talking about earlier, but seems like CCC really kind of sniffed it out, and like you said, the high pass definitely did not help.
And now 2nd down and 10. Still no Nemeth. And he is getting attended to on the sideline right now.
I believe they're taping his
ankle.
Yes.
So that's something that we do have to monitor for the rest of the ball game. Potentially something that we would ask him after this one is done. Well, 2nd down and 10. Rodriguez sent in motion. Good block on the edge, giving him some space, but it still does not matter. Messiah Jordan in on the hit.
Good TFL there. Like you said, good block on the edge to kind of seal it. But in the end, it doesn't matter.
The way that Messiah has played today has truly been impressive. He's just finding creative ways to get these hits, creative ways to get into the backfield, and all the way around, he has been a big heartbeat in this defense for CCC. It's 3rd down and 11. If you are JMO, you need something big here.
And I'm looking for Esso.
Maybe a one-on-one ball is the poison of choice here. Empty backfield as Rodriguez is flared out. Jamison running out of time. Flush near side. Has to get rid of it. Nobody home. And it is tipped away by Donnie Driscoll.
He had Rodriguez open, but they both looked away. And as Jamison scrambled out of the backfield, it kind of closed the gap and ends up just chucking that one out of bounds.
But a positive here for Holy Name as Nick Nemeth is back on the field to send this one away.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Maybe not the role that he wanted to take on coming back from that slight knock, but still a positive to see him back out on the gridiron. Baby steps right now for Nick. We don't know the extent of the injury, especially if it's an ankle injury looking like on his left ankle. We'll see how much more he can go. And I think a lot of that does come from his teammates. How much of a cushion do they give him? As right now it's a one-score game. And if CCC plays their cards right, we could potentially be tied at halftime.
That is true. They will have to go a long way on the field, though. 2:32 remaining in the half as They're walking, now they spotted off around the 15-ish yard line. And now he just continues to walk, so maybe I'm wrong.
Somewhere, something is happening.
He went all the way down to the 5 and walked all the way back up.
Going back in the day to Holy Name's old marching band shows, there was Dancing in the Dark. Something's happening somewhere. A lyric in that song from Bruce Springsteen.
Never mind, not the 15 at all. They're going to spot him around the 25, I believe the 24.
Never a dull moment, is there?
It wouldn't be a broadcast without me being wrong multiple times.
Look at the predictions tab. You'll see me wrong probably 15 times.
No, not 15, 14.
So which is the one that's a lock?
I don't know.
You got to be careful there.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything.
I don't blame you. And once again, going back to Glen Oak so far, that would have been a lock for Lake. First down and 10. It's a keeper for Jordan, and Jordan is pummeled in the backfield. They give him back to the line of scrimmage, and it'll be second down and 10. Once again, if this is truly all Wildcats, there's only so much that you can do. It appears right now, unless Jordan can throw the football, they don't have a passing game.
Yeah, so it's going to be this running, and they got to try and get creative with probably a jet sweep here and there, even if it's just a little throw, like a screen pass per se. But running the ball, you're pretty much one-dimensional. That means everybody for Holy Name is kind of scrunching up on that line. The safeties are coming down. The linebackers are coming down.
It is Holy Name ball to begin the second half. That is worth noting. But still, CCC, they need some answers. Handoff this time. It is Moon. Moon on the far side gets to the 30, and he will force his way out of bounds. And the clock instead does continue to run. I thought he got out of bounds. So now third down and 4. You got to get to here. The clock's running. Holy Name looking at their timeouts. They have 2. Whistles blow now with 1:14 on the clock. And now the question is, was it meant to have stopped in the first place?
I think that's what Coach Wondolowski was looking at. He kind of looked up here and
Coach Kelly's letting him know 1:35.
That's exactly what I thought. Coach Wondolowski kind of turned around and put his hands up saying, what's going on? I called a timeout.
And on top of that, it even looked like he went out of bounds, first of all.
Yeah.
Do one of the Tom Brady classic arm pumps.
Oh, yeah, give me the time.
So 1:35 back on the clock. Third down and 4. And yet no timeout charged to Holy Name. It is going to be Jordan keeping it. And Nemeth once again goes low. The low man wins. And a timeout has been called.
Now they use the timeout. Okay. I didn't know if they called him out of bounds on the far side, but obviously they did. Now 1 minute, 27 seconds. One timeout left for Holy Name. Can you go down? Can you make this a 2-possession game?
And we saw them at the end of the game against Madison. 2-minute drill. Perfectly executed.
Yeah, run to perfection. Ends up capping it off with an Xavier Rodriguez touchdown. His second of the game. Can you do it again? This is probably going to be a 1 minute 20, 110-ish drill, but at least getting in field goal range to make it a 2-possession at half, and then you get the ball coming out. But it's really paramount that you score here.
And once again, stay with us at halftime as we will have full coverage of not only Holy Name's marching band, but also the homecoming festivities for Holy Name High School. This is homecoming weekend, so a special word of welcome to all Holy Name alums watching and who are here tonight. So I believe, Cam, a special word of welcome to us.
Wow, that feels weird, and I don't like it.
Very weird. That sounds really weird.
I don't want to be this old.
Well, you are, and well, you're a year behind all of us. No! With a block, and it is scooped up. Still a loose ball. It gets pushed on back, and Holy Name will be set up in the red zone. The second time today they block a punt.
Well, that will do. That will do it. I think, like you said, Nick Nemeth, seen him multiple times. See him on the left there. Kind of just stutter steps and puts his arms out. Right there, stutter steps the blocker, puts his arms out. And it's him and Xavier Rodriguez fighting for the ball. And then it eventually kind of squirts out, but it'll be Holy Name's ball, 1:20 to go. inside the red zone, so a very short field. They need to score a touchdown would be the best, but any points make it a 2-score game.
A linebacker by trade, but a DN by practice right there. Beautiful swim and swipe. JMO set up nicely along with the offense at the 18 of CCC. Jamison looking on first down and 10. Takes a shot for Rodriguez, and it is incomplete. Too far out in front of the senior. Clock stops at $1:15 in the first half.
I think they got to run the ball again. I mean, in that one, it kind of looked like Xavier stopped running, and then Jamison just threw up a prayer, but ends up going all the way out of bounds. Would have been a very, very great catch if he would have been able to make it, but kind of not on the same page there.
And going back to a popular mantra, a mantra so important to even Mount Union football that my one housemate who is a coach for the football team has it as his lock screen. Paraphrase, run the dang ball.
Yes.
I'm not joking. He has that as his lock screen. Jamison looking to throw on second down and 10. Flushed out left, and he is stripped. The ball does go out of bounds, but I think that was a fumble.
I do too.
We will see what they end up saying.
I think they do call it a fumble.
If you're Jamison, you have to have better ball security there. The arm just flailing up above.
Never mind. They do call it an incomplete pass. Holy Name was pleading their case, and they will move him back. So, but 3rd and 10 here. I mean, at any points, like I said, make it a 2-score game. But obviously, you want the touchdown. Still a minute left on the clock. Holy Name with 1 timeout, CCC with 2. What can you do here? Do you try and make it a more manageable 4th down? Or really are you trying to set up for that field goal?
You got to get something here on 3rd down and 10. Man in motion for the Namers. Dropping back is Jamison. He takes a shot for Esso. Pass is tipped up and incomplete. Clean play by the Ironman DBs. It'll be 4th down and 10. And it is decision time for the coaching staff.
And I think the offense is staying on the field.
Hard count?
That could be, I mean, they do have a timeout. They do have a timeout. So I could definitely see that, but definitely would be, I mean, 4th and 10. I think you got to go with the points here, but to your point, could just be the hard count, trying to see if they can get a free 5. We will see if they actually run something, but for the time being, they're going to go empty here.
And usually empty is not a backfield that you usually see with a hard count. Usually somebody's back there. And that's why they will go for it. Pass is caught in the flats by Rodriguez. Has to make at least one man miss, and he does. It's a 1st down for the Namers.
Wow. I mean, Xavier Rodriguez, ladies and gentlemen, 2 defenders coming right at him, makes a quick cut, and gets the 1st down. What a great play.
It looked so grim initially, but somehow in some way he gets around it. And the Namers, they are working quick. You'll see the development on your screen now. Just a good pass off to the side. Back to the action. Handoff Rodriguez, and he will be taken down at around the 2-yard line. And that is where Holy Name will use their final timeout. But what a play by Xavier Rodriguez. Once again, 2 Ironmen right there. They sealed the edge, but Rodriguez, he goes vertical, and he gets it done.
Yeah, cuts back inside, knows where the line is to gain, and says, you know what, I'm going to do it myself. Kind of, I really didn't think they were going to go, but they decide to go anyways. Get one of your best players out in open space and see what he can do. Kind of put the team on his back for a play right there, and shows why he is such an important factor to this Holy Name team.
Score update from Louisville. It is Minerva up 17-zip on St. Thomas Aquinas. If Minerva wins, Cam, 4-1 to start the year. And we all know that DC is a homer for Minerva. It'll be him and me on the call next week. 6:15 pregame, 7 p.m. kickoff. Minerva and West Branch football to begin play for the 2025 EBC crown. And next year officially, Cam, Howland joins the bunch. I was told Crestwood bumps out for Minerva, and we'll see what other non-conference games bump out for the rest. But to be fair, some teams did add in Howland this year, so we'll see.
I believe Holy Name is situated on the 2-yard, like 2 or 3. But 36 seconds left to go. Cannot stop the clock any longer. They're going full house here. Call the Eagles. They're doing the tush push.
And we'll see if they can get it. It's a loose ball in the backfield. and it is fallen upon by Jameson.
They got to go quickly, too.
The pitch went haywire. 25 seconds left to go. It's third down now and long. They're still going bunch. And once again, it's play action. Jameson, his pass incomplete. It's fourth down, 15 seconds. And my goodness, they had it until they didn't.
He had multiple receivers wide open for the touchdown. He goes with the Derek Jeter trying to jump off his front foot and ends up short.
And I think Mr. Airbar just threw a towel. I don't think I've ever seen him do anything along those lines. My goodness. Now it's Owen Pride trying the field goal. He has to have it here. Holy Name needs something from this drive. Lined up just inside the 20, so around a 30-yard kick for Mr. Pry. And his attempt, it is low, but it is driven through the uprights and good. Holy Name gets their 2-possession lead at the half.
Great kick. Like I said, needed points on that drive. Obviously, you want the 7. You're on the 2-yard line, but the fumble really cost you that there. And then, obviously, the pressure got to Jameson on that third down. So, but still, going into half with a 2-possession lead, and you get the ball, you need to score coming out of the half. You have to clean up some of those mistakes, especially in the red zone, those 2 consecutive plays. But you got to feel pretty good, barring any craziness in 11 seconds. You will go to halftime with the lead, and you got to feel pretty good about that.
I'll tell you what, this is Namer football, and there is no shortage of drama no matter who we're playing. Always something happening, Cam. Always something.
Yes, there is.
And a big question for CCC, is Damon Brown a go for the second half, or is it Wildcat, Wildcat, Wildcat?
It is going to be interesting to see what we will see what happens here. I assume Pry to go with more of a squib to try and get that clock rolling, take off as much time as possible, and then probably going to be a knee, I would presume. And that is exactly what happens.
Squib kick taken in at around the 30-yard line. Solid return for the Ironmen. And a late hit there that could give them something. They will say no. 6 seconds left to go in the half. And very, very lucky not to get a call there. That hit a little after the fact.
But in the same sense, is your quarterback even on the field if you wanted to try a Hail Mary? Or who would you turn to try and loft it up?
That's Messiah Jordan coming back out again. I don't have eyes on Damon right now. I assume he is still sitting on the bench trying to recover. Hopefully we'll get some insight at the half. But either way, CCC, they have done a lot of good in this game. But it won't matter. 1 jump ball from Esso and 1 field goal from Owen Pride. The difference right now. Can they win without their signal caller? That is the question we have for the second half. But that'll do it for the opening 24 minutes. Some frustration for Holy Name, but overall they do have the lead. 10-0 your halftime score at North Royalton Serpentini Chevrolet Stadium. So much to unpack, more than usual at the half. But first, we will toss things down to the Holy Name High School Marching Band along with the homecoming court, and they will set the stage for halftime. Put those 20 minutes on the clock. It's the Namers up by 10 on SmeeSports as you are watching OHSAA football presented by Ledgewood Barbershop.
please introduce the 2025 Holy Name Green Wave Marching Band, which is directed by Mrs. Andrea Nikolajczyk and Drill Team Director Ms. Kimberly Mayo.
And welcome to Holy Name High School's 2025-2026 Homecoming Halftime Presentation. A special welcome goes out this evening to all of our alumni and parents, as well as a special thank you to all faculty and staff from both sides of the field. Thank you for joining us and welcome home. We thank all for joining us again tonight for being part of our special piece of powerful history here at Holy Name High School. At this time, it is with great pleasure that we present our 2025 Homecoming State Team and their court. Introducing the court, we have Charlie Margoshin, escorted by his mother, Molly Gallagher, his father, Matthew Margoshin, and his stepmother, Leslie Margoshin. Next, we have Addison Dixon, escorted by her father, Jim Dixon, and her mother, Jody Burden, and stepfather, Chris Burden. Next, we have Holy Name's Merit Scholar, Ben Gleason, escorted by his mother, Aubrey Gleason, and his father, Lawrence Gleason. A round of applause for Ava Burgoff, escorted by her mother and father, Sharon and Tony Burgoff. Now introducing Dominic Alfano, escorted by his father, Norman Alfano, and his mother, Tracy Alfano. Now introducing Grace McDonald, escorted by her mother, Tina McDonald, and her father, Brian McDonald. Next, we have Mika Bayless, escorted by his mother, Lisa Silver, and his father, Rob Bayless. Next, we have Victoria Scheiben, escorted by her mother, Jamie Scheiben, and her father, Tom Scheiben. Now, please give it up for our 2025-2026 homecoming royalty, our king, Matthew Skinichny, escorted by his mother, Kathy Skinichny, and his father, Wojtek Skinichny. And now, we finally introduce our 2025-2026 26, homecoming queen, Grace Langford, escorted by her mother and father, Vicki and Bart Langford. A warm Holy Name High School congratulations to all of our court, our king and our queen, for all of the court participants and all of our seniors. Again, thank you for being here, and let's go neighbors!
Holy Name. Tonight's show features classic rockets from the 60s and 70s performed, covered, remixed, and sampled by countless artists. This show was credited as his best-selling single, which sold over 7 million copies. Here is Another One Bites the Dust. Took Freddie Mercury 10 minutes to write Queen's 1976 hit. Enjoy the drill team's feature too, Crazy Little Things Called Love. recorded by the Spencer Davis Group in 1966. This song was ranked as one of the 500 greatest songs of all time by the Rolling Stones magazine. We close tonight's show with Give Me Some Lovin'. Thank you for your support, and we hope you enjoyed our show. Go Neighbors!
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits. Located at 6031 Royalton Road in North Royalton, Fire 45 is your go-to restaurant. Whether you are coming in to watch the big game or to enjoy a meal, we have just the food for you. Want to host a private event? We also do that on our venue side. From a 20-person birthday party to a 150-person wedding, we got you covered. Check out our website at www.fire45cleveland.com. Fantastic foods, handhelds, pizza, Fire 45. Come taste what we have cooking. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
Well, welcome back to North Royalton Serpentini Chevrolet Stadium. At the half, there you go, 10-0, Holy Name on top of CCC. He's Cam Ragazzo. I'm Nathan Smee on the call for you as you are watching OHSAA football on SmeeSports. Cam, what a first half.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting. It feels like Holy Name should be leading by a lot more than 10 right now, but unable to cash in on that last red zone drive. They were at the 2-yard line, and then a fumbled snap, and then a incomplete pass on third down where it looked like Jamison had a couple of targets wide open, but inaccurate, so they had to settle for the Owen Pry field goal. It was a 28-yard field goal that he kicked through the uprights to make it a two-possession game. Holy Name gets the ball coming out of the half. The question is, can they extend their lead? They need to try and really take control of this game, but I mean, this CCC defense has been pretty solid so far, especially keying on the run as the game goes on. Also, the health of a couple of players, that being Nick Nemeth. We eventually saw him back on the field in the quarterback for CCC. Will he come out and play the second half, or, like Smee said kind of before, are they just going to go all Wildcat?
He's at midfield.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't know who you're pointing at.
He is at midfield, which does mean nothing because, once again, Jacob Ballantyne is out there for Holy Name, inactive tonight. But we'll see. Does he jog off? Kind of. Is that any indication?
Gingerly.
Not really. I kind of think this could be a spot where you just tell him, go in the pocket, throw the ball.
Could be.
I feel like CCC has a shot to win this game if he is on the field. This game's far from over. I mean, this is not at all what we expected. I believe Pastor had Holy Name 27-point favorites, but right now, 17 seems like a far cry.
Yeah.
They just need to find something special here, some kind of offensive rhythm, and that's easier said than done. But looking at the Ironmen, we talked about the run. They have established it somewhat good, but the issue is the passing game. You need that combination, and unless Messiah is going to go out there and chuck the ball upfield, hoping for the best, it's going to be run, Wildcat, Wildcat, Wildcat.
Yeah, definitely, like you said, need to have that two-dimensional offense. When you're all one-dimensional, Holy Name's going to crowd the box, and unless you got some trickery up your sleeve, it's going to be a tough sailing.
And we'll see what they end up doing here. If I'm Holy Name, I kind of think this is a drive that you have to rebuild the confidence of Connor Jamison.
Absolutely, especially after that incompletion that could have resulted in what we think probably could have been a touchdown to make the score 14-0 going into half. But like I said, the incomplete pass and ultimately the Owen Pry field goal makes it 10-0. A couple of score updates before we go. Elyria Catholic and Padua tied at halftime 0-0. So even at deadlock 0. Poland Seminary up 28-7 over Hubbard, still in the second. And then there was one more that I saw on there.
24-0 Minerva. We saw that at the half.
Jackson is up 17-7 over Green at halftime.
So a lot of interesting scores. Lake on a 28-0 scoring run. Down early, now up by 21 nearing halftime.
Avon up big 28-0 over Olmsted Falls.
And it also looks like at half, Louisville and Hoover are tied.
I believe that's 7-7, correct?
Yes. As for Benedictine, down 6-3 through 1.
Ignatius trailing, but in striking distance is 20-14, as Riverside still up in that game in the second quarter.
Slight discrepancy there. Little slight discrepancy between 20-0 and 2014.
Yes, I understand.
But obviously, for St. Ignatius, they got to get this win. They've lost their last 12 games dating back to last season. But seriously, if they can get a win tonight, one of their 2 winnable games in a row, then they have a shot to really turn this season around.
They do it, and they really need it.
So it will be CCC kicking off to begin the second half. They will now be working from right to left. Holy Name left to right. Once again, CCC in their road white jerseys. As for Holy Name, they are in their, I would say, alternates, but now their new home jerseys, the black on black. They wore the green for the first couple of games, and now I believe they have sent it away up to next year. Now it's the black jerseys as we are underway. It's Luke Hudek on the far side, initially expected to be inactive, but today they need somebody to step up, and it looks like he has, at least in one play, done so.
Clearly active.
And that's what you want to see, kind of similar but not in the same fashion to, I believe, Jeremy Pavanka, or Kevin Pavanka rather, back in the day. And he had a big kick return for a touchdown. No, flea flicker touchdown against Canfield in the state semifinal. His season was said to be lost, but in the end, he played and he looked pretty good.
Yes, he did.
But here comes the Holy Name offense. A lot of pressure on them. They need some answers in this second half. First down and 10, ball spotted at their own 43. It'll be Rodriguez standing behind Jamison. Double switch for the Namers. It is Varga along with Nemeth bumping from left to right. Handoff, Rodriguez inside the hashes. And he gets maybe 2 on the play, setting up second down and 8. And once again, the run game for Holy Name trying to do something here. They've had some success, but I feel like kind of surprisingly, it's been the passing game that has done more.
Yeah, and they bring in 2 receivers here. So maybe, to your point, they go a pass here.
So second down and 8, 11:20 left to go in the third. Holy Name up by 10, but they want a lot more than that. Once again, handoff Rodriguez, and he is loose up the middle. Some hopscotch involved, and it is a first down for Xavier Rodriguez. Put him inside CCC territory.
Yeah, somehow he gets a couple of good broken tackles. Like you said, a little bit of weird hopscotch, but he will make it work.
And as the chains move,
I think that's
2 runs.
I think that one was a 16-yard gain on that one.
So 2 runs now for the Holy Name offense to begin the second half. Sign of things to come, or is this just a flash in the pan? That's still the big question. We don't really understand the identity of the team quite yet, even though this is the halfway point of the season. Rodriguez on the handoff, able to get 2 once again. Back-to-back sequences, second down and 8 will be the second play of the fresh set of downs. And we'll see how long Holy Name does keep this up. I also wouldn't be surprised to see them try to, quote-unquote, run out this clock. Obviously, a lot of time left to go in the game, Cam. But I think in the end, if you're Holy Name, you play smart here. This is not your best game all the way around. you take the win and you go to practice 4-1 looking for answers.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, just try and escape with this. Try and escape with little injuries as possible.
Pass is caught. It is Nick Nemeth on the near side. A laser from Jamison. And Nemeth is taken down just before the red zone at around the 22-yard line. Jamison did a great job evading the pressure, and now Holy Name is set up in a nice spot, knocking on the door of the final 20 yards.
Like you said, a really good throw by Jamison, kind of a long throw towards the near side over here, but accurate nonetheless.
Clock continues to tick. 9:45 left to go in the third. First down and 10. The ball officially spotted at the 21. They gave him a little bit extra on the end of the play. Nemeth sent in motion right to left. Handoff, Rodriguez jukes one defender, still loose outside the hashes, cuts up at the 10, and he is gone. Touchdown, Holy Name.
Wow, that 3 plays in sequence, 16 yards, and then the big ripper, the dagger, 21-yard rushing touchdown, Xavier Rodriguez. Wow, that juke in the backfield was a beauty.
And he was able to establish the edge right away after it. Nice job by Kennedy crashing down. But Rodriguez bumps it outside. And yet again, just like he did to Ice last week, struts on into the end zone full of confidence. And Holy Name is an extra point away from making this a 3-possession ball game. It's Owen Pryon for the extra points. And his attempt is nice. It is off the Royalton Music Center banner outside of the student section of Royalton and outside of the actual place. But either way, right through those uprights. And Holy Name is up by 3 possessions. 9:28 left to go in the third. Holy Name up 17-zip on the iron.
Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
Welcome back to North Royalton Serpentini Chevrolet Stadium. 9:28 left to go in the third. Holy Name up 17-zip on CCC. Almost a muffed kick. Flicked on behind, a pseudo flea flicker, and it is snuffed out immediately. Blake Troy with the initial hit, and CCC is backed up to begin their first drive of the second half, and it'll be Damon Brown leading them out. It appears that he's okay for the time being.
Definitely a good sign if you're CCC, but down 3 scores, you need to make something happen quick.
And I feel like a lot of that comes from the passing offense. You got to air this one out a little bit more than you would usually like to. Time is not on your side by any stretch of the imagination.
We saw that one big pass. I believe it was 26 yards over the middle to Driscoll. Can they dial up something like that again?
So first down and 10 at their own 15. First time we are seeing Brown in a good while after he got injured in the second quarter. And flags will fly. It'll be a false start on CCC, and things go from bad to worse.
Yeah, not ideal, especially giving up that first, up the touchdown coming out of the half, and then needing those points, and now even longer of a field.
So now the ball spotted at their own 10, 90 yards ahead of them. First down and 15. Brown, he will take it himself running up, and he will slide for maybe a gain of a half yard.
Wisely slides, obviously already injured in this game. Probably talked to his coaches and said, hey, stop taking those hits, and he wisely, in front of 2 Holy Name defenders, slides down safely.
And it's not a loss on the play. They do give him the full 1 yard. So second down and 14. And once again, I think he has to air one out.
I think so as well.
The more runs, the more likely this offense can't get going today. Once again, a 23-6 victory last week against Warrensville Heights. So the talent is there. A lot of top players on this squad. Just right now, looking for some offensive balance and some offensive rhythm. Brown, he will take a shot up the middle for Driscoll. Pass is incomplete. In and out of the hands of the junior.
Good coverage there. I believe that was Xavier Rodriguez as well as a couple of other namers in there to kind of break up the pass. Looks like Driscoll almost came down with it initially, but in the process of going to the ground, ball was jarred loose.
So now 3rd down and 14. Clock stops at 8:23 left to go in the third. And yet again, I think we're thinking the same exact thing for the Ironmen. Air it out.
That's exactly. I expect to see pretty much a carbon copy of that play.
And as well, after this drive, we will have some more score updates from around the grounds. This is the halfway point of the regular season. Our 7th broadcast through 5 weeks. We are broadcasting games 9 out of the 10 weeks of the regular season. The one exception is week 9, as I have Mount Union volleyball that night. 3rd down and 14 for the Ironmen. Brown dropping back, running out of time, and Bird will throw him into the end zone. And I think
they're going to call him down.
The one.
They're going to call him down at the initial point of contact, which I believe is the 1.5, 2-ish yard line, even though he fell on him in the end zone. But, I mean, what a win by Jeff Bird. Kind of comes around to the outside, almost a stunt. As we watch it back on the replay, he's second from the right there on the defensive line. Yes, you see that stunt right there, just beats the tackle and drives him into the end zone. And I believe the ball is set up on the 1, maybe 2-ish yard line. It's going to be a tough punt. 2 bunts have already been blocked today. I know I said bunt. I meant 2 punts have already been blocked today, Smee.
And a third here. Touchdown, safety. Pick your poison. Holy Name, as you would expect, stacking the box. They do get the punt away. It'll take a bounce at the 30, and it'll roll in favor of Holy Name out of bounds at the 24. And that sets up Jamison and company nicely for their second drive of this second half. And if you are just tuning in, Xavier Rodriguez, a 21-yard score last time the Namers were on offense, and they look to do it again. Score update from Louisville. It is Hoover in the third quarter up 14-7 on those Leopards. Third quarter, McKinley up 20-10 on Perry. Tie game between Triway and Tussle at 14. Same with Fairless and Orville. In the third quarter, it is Minerva up 24-zip on St. Thomas Aquinas. At the half, Ridgewood up 14-zip on East Canton. Jackson up 17-7 at the half on Tyson Honka and the Green Bulldogs. There we go. Massillon up 21-7 at the half and 28-7 Lake over Glen Oak at the half. Run to begin things on 1st down and 10. Once again, it's Rodriguez, and he gets to pick up a 5 on the play.
Yeah, but excellent field position, as we talked about before. Obviously, backed up in their own end zone, able to get the punt away, but not a great punt. Started the drive at the 24. They're on the 19 now, but do they air it out? 2nd and 5. I feel like this would be the down and distance to do it, especially if it's incomplete. You still got 3rd and manageable. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a jump ball thrown up.
Not at all. Handoff, Rodriguez, and he is pummeled in the backfield. Fights to get back to the initial line of scrimmage on the play. And it'll be 3rd down and around 5 again.
But, I mean, this is the crucial moments for Holy Name. Yes, they're up in this game 17-0, but when it comes to the weeks going forward and you get the ball with great field position, you have to be able to capitalize. Your defense is doing you a huge favor in getting you the ball here. You need to be able to punch it in with 7. Yes, it's good getting to 3, but it's just so important down the stretch, especially if you're able to keep these wins alive and make it to the playoffs. It's just so crucial.
3rd down and 4. Nemeth goes left to right. Jamison in the flats. It's caught by Nick Nemeth. He stutters for the 1st down and spins past the 10 to the 5. And he will be finally brought down at the CCC4.
That'll do it.
Down.
Yeah, that'll do it. Huge play right there by Nick Nemeth, of course.
The initial hit not enough to bury Nick. Same with the second. 3rd time's the charm for CCC. But kind of as expected, well too late. Just a beautiful spin and beautiful resilience overall by Nick Nemeth.
I believe that was 15 yards on that catch and run.
And now it is 1st down and goal at the 4. Jamison, handoff, Rodriguez up the middle, denied. And they will give him to the 3, so a pickup of 1. 25% closer. It is 2nd down and goal. And once again, the clock just continues to tick. And that does benefit the Namers a lot here.
That's what I was going to say. Holy Name kind of trying to bleed that clock out. Looks like, barring any drastic changes, they look like they're on their way to a victory in this one and trying to pad the stats here, run up the score a little bit more. Trying to punch it in here for 7.
Maybe go for that running clock. It's Gonzalez in motion on 2nd down. Jamison keeps, and he is upended. And they will give him to the 3. So 3rd down and goal on 2 plays, 1 yard gained.
Yeah, definitely not the best 2 plays right there. I understand going with the quarterback, kind of the direct quarterback run. We saw it work earlier in the open field, but especially on the goal line when everyone is so compact, they're expecting the run. I think you got to go with the more physical back. I think you have to go with Nemeth. I think you have to go with Rodriguez. Even with the extra blocker of those 2 and having your quarterback run the ball, I think it's pertinent that you do that. Now they're going to load the backfield up.
3rd down and goal at the 3. Handoff, Rodriguez, and he is in. Touchdown, Holy Name.
And what do you know? They load the backfield up. They get a lot of blockers in there and ends up in another score for Holy Name.
And Xavier Rodriguez, once again, an impact player for the green and white. Early on in the year, it was all Nick Nemeth. Now Xavier Rodriguez says, I want in on the action. And it is back-to-back 2-score weeks for Rodriguez. So overall, Xavier Rodriguez in the past couple of weeks has really stepped it up. Extra point try for Owen Pry. And it is through the uprights and good. Another booming kick for the senior. Xavier Rodriguez doubles things up in the touchdown category for himself. And it is Holy Name up 24-0 on CCC. You are watching OHSAA football on SmeeSports, presented by Ledgewood Barbershop.
Located at 6031 Royalton Road in North Royalton, Fire 45 is your go-to restaurant. Whether you are coming in to watch the big game or to enjoy a meal, we have just the food for you. Want to host a private event? We also do that on our venue side. From a 20-person birthday party to a 150-person wedding, we got you covered. Check out our website at www.fire45cleveland.com. Fantastic foods, handhelds, pizza, Fire 45. Come taste what we have cooking.
Holy Name ramping things up in this 3rd quarter. Just 8 minutes in, and they have more points than they did in the entire first half. Impressive work.
Very impressive. Obviously, doing the most that they can to try and extend their lead. Like you said before, get that running clock going. Their defense playing a big role in that.
And they are looking for another great week defensively as they are able to swarm right there to take down the ball carrier at the 24. And that'll open things up for Damon Brown on the offense once again for CCC. But entering play tonight, Holy Name, 13 and a 4th points per game allowed. And once again, there is an injured Ironman on the field as he is attended to. Actually, it looks like he's getting up, so we will keep it here. That was Joshua Moon, the freshman, going down awkwardly. But Cam, this 3rd quarter has really changed the name of the game for Holy Name. They wanted to come out like this. They wanted to set the tempo in the 1st quarter like this. But in the end, they couldn't. And now,
yeah, like you said, they really wanted to come out and attack, and they have been able to. But, I mean, even with the addition of Brown back at quarterback, CCC trying to do the best that they can.
And now we're hearing reports down below of barking linemen to try and get offsides.
That's different.
I remember sophomore year, I think a lot of the football players did get in trouble for the barking incident.
Oh, that was
the most random thing of all time.
Yeah.
But there's the growl, there's all that, but I guess it's being used in-game now. So we'll see if that does play a factor. 1st down and 10. Good carry here And Locklear is able to slip on through to the 30-yard line. Solid pickup of 6 on the play. And once again, I don't think that was on the bingo card for tonight, Cam.
I do not believe so.
And yet again, another injured Ironman. This time it is Norvell Ward, the sophomore. As Norvell gets treatment, we will step aside on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits. Located at 6031 Royalton Road in North Royalton, Fire 45 is your go-to restaurant. Whether you are coming in to watch the big game or to enjoy a meal, we have just the food for you. Want to host a private event? We also do that on our venue side. From a 20-person birthday party to a 150-person wedding, we got you covered. Check out our website at www.fire45cleveland.com. Fantastic foods, handhelds, pizza, Fire 45. Come taste what we have cooking.
The injured player for CCC able to get off of the field. We did fear the worst for a moment. The cart was brought out, and I do think in the end that he will have to use it from the sideline. Just awful to see it, Cam.
Yeah, very, especially in a game like this where it seems like Holy Name's kind of running away with it. Never want to see an injured player on either team.
Wishing the best to Mr. Ward, the sophomore. On second down, a good pickup on the play, and that'll move the chains for a CCC first down. But 24-0 your score, 3:09 left to go in the third. And if the Ironmen are to get back into this game, Cam, it has to start right here, right now.
It really needs to.
But for Holy Name, if this is how they say goodbye to Serpentini Chevrolet Stadium, I think they will be more than okay with that.
I would have to agree.
I think there's a lot of excitement. That is what Mr. Kosum said. Excitement in the air, moving to Brooklyn. So I think we're all excited for that next chapter to use that beautiful facility and call it the next home of Holy Name football. Handoff, Locklear on the near side, tries to get through a Namer, somehow still on his feet, and he is finally brought down at the 37. Very nearly ripped off a big run there.
Yeah, it was very, very close. A lot of Namers swarming over there prevented that big run like you said, but, I mean, I feel like he's close to breaking off one of these.
So second down and 7 after a good pickup on the last play. I'll go down there. You can see inside of the CCC huddle. But all the way around, Cam, CCC, the moment that they had to go and try and use the deep ball, that's when the game was done. Donnie had that great catch, but running's their identity, and they really couldn't run the ball effectively tonight. But still time to change that. Down to a minute 45 in this third quarter. A deep shot for Brown for Driscoll. Pass is incomplete. Had it for a moment, but once again, it is Noah Cunningham on the coverage.
I mean, great coverage right there. Like you said, had it in the hands, but Noah's hand kind of slashed down in the middle, broke it up.
So 3rd down and 7. And oh no, we're hearing it from the sideline. He is being examined for ACL and LCL injuries. That is what Bryce Fisher has just told us from the sideline. That's awful.
Yeah, I mean, we wish him absolutely nothing but the best. Hope that nothing is too wrong. Hopefully it's just a bad pull. Absolutely devastating.
Yes, wishing the best for Norvell on the sideline. Just awful to see it happen. 3rd down and 7. The Ironmen need a big 1st down. Brown dropping back, runs into Locklear, has to run for his life. Pass is caught, and Locklear is swarmed. And another injury. Now it is Jeff Bird on the ground for the Namers. Jeff Bird is already in the 2nd tier of linemen. If he is out, that would be the 3rd defensive tackle in 5 weeks to be injured.
Can't tell if he's holding his arm or his leg.
The injuries tonight, it's just awful. Once again, this is high school football. This isn't pro ball. This isn't NIL. This is kids out here playing for the fun of it. Any injury, serious or not, you just can kind of feel that heartbreak right there.
Yeah.
I know Julian to my right, we both played and saw one of our teammates, Joe Darsick, back in freshman year get ambulanced off the field against Buckeye. That in its own right was awful, and I'm sure J-Rod remembers that day vividly. A couple plays later, another lineman and a good friend of ours, Cam, Johnny O, had his knee pop.
Yeah.
Being up close to those injuries, it's awful. Jeff looks to be okay. Hopefully he's okay, but we both know Jeff and just know the way that he carries himself. If he's in pain, he's not going to show it.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing, but at the same time, it's tough. Hopefully he's okay. If he can play at all, he will. But I feel like right now for Holy Name, you get one more touchdown, run the clock, you put in the 2nd team, and you save your guys for a bruising battle, and I mean bruising battle, against NDCL next week in Chardon. In the meantime, Canton Central, or not Canton Central, a little bit too much time out in Stark County as of late. Cleveland Central Catholic, they will call time, and they will talk things over, and we will step aside. $1:12 on the clock in quarter number 3.
Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits.
Back to the action as the ball is sent away. $1:12 on the clock. Preisel and Stride will take it, and he has plenty of space. Quickly closed down by Kennedy. But still, Connor Jameson and company will get the ball inside of CCC territory to begin their next drive. So far, 2 offensive possessions in the 2nd half, Cam. 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, exactly what you want to see out of your offense. Kind of looked a little slow to start, but coming out of the 2nd, they've looked like a whole different team. Really putting the pressure on CCC, forcing their defense to try and make stops. So far, they really haven't been able to come up with everything. Obviously, trying to do their best. Only 1 minute left here in the 3rd, but doing their best to get to that running clock to try and avoid any more potential injuries and get out of here. And like you said, go into a very tough battle next week with NDCL.
And you got to love the Lions. They are a fun group to watch. Sweep here for Nemeth on 1st down, and he maybe gets a yard. We did get to see NDCL during basketball season, and I believe we were supposed to see them. Actually, we did during baseball season over at Tri-C. I don't think you were there, but it was funny. We reached out to the AD, and he's like, oh, yeah, I watch you all the time. So shout out to NDCL's AD, hoping to see them in the winter season. And I think it's fair to announce, Cam, that, well, if you liked fall sports, we're doing some winter as well. Thank you to Mr. Kuchera, Mr. Torzidlo, Mr. Kozub, the whole motley crew of Holy Name Athletics for bringing us back for the winter season. Looking forward to another fun athletic campaign in a few months for Holy Name. Handoff on 2nd down for Xavier Rodriguez, and he is able to get over towards the 43-yard line. And as well, next week, it is CCC on the road, more towards where we will be out in Mogador. But we will be at another M school in the relative vicinity at Minerva. As for Holy Name, as we have mentioned quite a few times, they will be in Chardon taking on NDCL. And that'll be the game of focus in around 12 minutes. Through 3, Holy Name up 24-0 on Cleveland Central Catholic. Cam, this is it. The final 12 minutes with Holy Name as the home team at North Royalton Serpentini Chevrolet Stadium. Up next after a word from our sponsors.
Located at 6031 Royalton Road in North Royalton, Fire 45 is your go-to restaurant. Whether you are coming in to watch the big game or to enjoy a meal, we have just the food for you. Want to host a private event? We also do that on our venue side. From a 20-person birthday party to a 150-person wedding, we got you covered. Check out our website at www.fire45cleveland.com. Fantastic foods, handhelds, pizza, Fire 45. Come taste what we have cooking.
As we get back to the action, if you or someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor broadcasts in the Cleveland or Stark County area, contact us at one of those avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you to promote the best of your business and your brand. Thank you to our lineup of broadcast sponsors for presenting today's telecast. Jamison on third down. Pass is caught by Carter Varga up to the 30-yard line. Flag will fly. A first down for now, but we will see how long that lasts.
And yet again, another injury. I believe that's Carter Varga down on the field for the Green Wave.
It's an eligible man downfield. So another good play erased by a penalty. During this break, we'll preview our next couple of broadcasts. Tomorrow, Cam, we're back with your old high school teammates. Well, at least half of them were, in theory, as it is Holy Name Boys Soccer Senior Day. I assume 11:30-ish will get things underway as they take on Lutheran West at 12. Then on Tuesday, it's to be determined. I can tell you, it's Alliance and Minerva. Do we do the soccer game at Rock Hill at 6:30 or the volleyball game at Minerva at 6? Let us know on social media. Do you want us to be at Rock Hill doing soccer, or do you want us to be at Minerva High School for some volleyball? Then on Wednesday, I have nothing for you guys. Come join us on Flow Sports. There are some fees that do apply as Mount Union takes on John Carroll, 7 p.m. first serve at the MAC. Then on Thursday, we are back, and it is a good one. Alliance and Louisville boys soccer. Louisville got knocked out by Marlington in the playoffs last year in the district semifinals, a game we covered. Now they take on the Powder Blues. Should be a fun game. Very interesting all the way around. I believe 7 p.m. kickoff at Rock Hill. Next Friday, another fun one. It is going to be Minerva and West Branch football. 6:15 p.m. pregame, 7 p.m. kickoff at Robert H. Hines Stadium. With us for that game, it is going to be Bryce doing some pregame show with us, and I believe doing some scoreboard action during the game and doing some photos. But on the call, it is going to be Daniel Clark, DC. Looking forward to having DC back with us, a fan favorite, part of the lifting posse that we have assembled over at Mount Union. Yes, Cam, I do hit the weight room at 6 a.m. I don't want any comments about that, which I know they're starting to brew, but we'll have DC next Friday. Then next Saturday, not 7 innings, not 9, not 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, but an 18-inning game. Tri-C and Akron baseball.
Jeez. I mean, have fun with that. Well, while you're doing that, I will be calling Mount Union versus BW on 88.3 The Sting at around 1:30.
Get ready to learn Mikey Maloney.
Yeah, I already know. I've been spreading the word. Of
Maloney's
course,
the word. Maloney's the word.
After Holy Name's Senior Day and game tomorrow, if you want to listen to some Baldwin Wallace football, myself and Alex Detmer will be on the call on 88.3 The Sting. I believe that game starts at around 1:30, so you might be able to catch the second half.
OAC game?
Correct.
1:30.
Yes.
All OAC's 1:30 this year. Who's it against?
Capital Comets.
Capital should be an interesting one. I believe one of their linemen was a starter for Padua back in the day, if I'm not mistaken. At least somebody in their rotation. So we'll see how that game goes. And Cam, I think we still keep it here. This injury definitely awful to see for Carter Varga. But a lot of things to go over, a lot of housekeeping. We did hit 5,000 subscribers back on Wednesday when we were at Minerva. So thank you all for your support. The next goal, 5,250. If you're new, go down below and subscribe. CCC fans, this isn't a one-and-done thing. I have seen the vision. I have seen the Youth Elite Christmas Classic schedule. And if I'm not mistaken, we have you guys again. So don't worry, this is only a farewell for now. And we'll see you again soon. Now we're going to see the medical cart being brought out, and awful to see. It's always been tough to gauge these injuries tonight. A couple of the ones that looked really bad on the surface were fine. This one became a very elongated break. Hoping the best for Carter.
Absolutely. I mean, 2 big plays. Obviously, this one going to be negated by the penalty, but I mean, awful to see. Whenever any player has an injury, especially one of this magnitude, when the cart needs to come on the field, just, I mean, your heart really goes out to the player. Your heart really kind of breaks for them. Like you said, they're just kids in high school playing football to have some fun. And, I mean, it's just tough. It's tough.
And I think with this, we will step aside here on Smee Sports. 11:53 left to go in the ballgame.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The cart was brought out, but in a superhero-esque moment, it is Carter Varga walking off the field. That's awesome.
That's, yeah, absolutely great to see. Hopefully, he's doing okay. I don't know if we're going to see him again in this ball game. But
you can't. I don't think you
can.
Yeah,
I don't think you can, but really amazing. I don't really have any other words. I thought, kind of assuming the worst when the cart gets brought on the field, but able to walk off on his own power.
It'll be 4th down and long here. So Holy Name will punt this one away. The clock is once again winding. A one-hop to Nemeth, and he will send this one away. For CCC, it's simple. They need points on the board, and they have a long field in front of them. Cam, if you are CCC, is this just going to be Donnie's out there somewhere? Let's pick him up.
I think it might be. I maybe a couple runs here and there, but you need the big plays, right? This game kind of seems out of reach at this point, but in the same sense, still 11 minutes. You do have a chance, but it's very slim, especially if you go empty on this one. It's pretty much all she wrote. I mean, never say never, but very, very tough to come back from this point.
And as well, looking at this game for CCC, this will only drop them to 3-2 on the year. Their season is far from over, but Holy Name getting their 4th win of the year, and in 5 games, half a season, gets more wins than they did in all of 2024. Truly impressive. First down and 10, handoff for Locklear. Locklear still on his feet, able to get towards the 30-yard line, and finally is upended. But obviously, the way this game has gone, Donnie Driscoll impressing on that one catch. There's that statement that you're a so-and-so kind of guy. Big J.R. Jackson guy, big Mikey Maloney guy. Donnie Driscoll's just one of those guys that you're like, you know what? This kid's a stud. There's a bright future ahead. That's a guy that I'm circling. Even if we don't see CCC on a weekly basis or even a monthly basis, anytime CCC basketball plays or football, I'm going to look at those stats and say, what did Donnie do?
Absolutely.
Always good to have a couple of those guys. Just, it might not be a true star player. Might not be your Marcus Johnsons of the world, if you will, but those guys you look at the stats and say, how did they do today? Always fun to look at that. Second down and 4, ball is loose, and it is with the Namers. Miscommunication on the reception, and Holy Name about ices it.
Yeah, like I said, if you come out of this drive with no points, that pretty much slams the door, and that'll pretty much do it, especially puts Holy Name in great field position.
That was Michael Radzitsky in on the recovery for the Namers. We will watch this one back, just dropped it. And the way that he creates leverage there, throws his back at Brown, shields out, all the way around. Nicely done, nicely executed by Ritz. And Holy Name now 10 minutes and 35 seconds away from improving to 4-1. Just to preface this, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not saying this is the teams of yesteryear, but the year that Holy Name made the Final Four, they were 1-2 through 3 games. They were 3-2 through 5. Obviously, strength of schedule factors, but I'm just saying. First down and 10, J-Mo takes the shot. Pass is incomplete. Very nearly picked off by CCC. That is Tally Terrell, the freshman, in on the coverage.
Yeah, I was looking for, I believe that's Connor Preisel.
Whoa.
Or Connor Preisel, geez. I was mixing Connor Jameson and Brendan Preisel. There we go.
Or just the one that is.
Yeah, I guess. I know Holy Name wishes they had Connor Preisel on the field right now.
He's now a senior over at Miami of Ohio in Oxford. A big-time pitcher hoping to get back to the diamond this year. Second down and 10, ball spotted at the 23. Jameson, he could try it again. Instead, handoff. Rodriguez jukes a couple of Ironmen, lowers the shoulder, and they give him the 21. I was going to say 20 or forward on that one.
That was a nifty juke, though. I mean, like you said, kind of juked out 2 of those. Would have been a tackle for loss in the backfield, but able to still get that positive yardage. Third down now, I would say, probably got to get a couple. Holy Name is got to want to try and get that running clock, but also at this point, you kind of just take the points.
If this is Owen Pry practice, I don't think he would be too upset about that.
I don't think he would either. He's warming up down there on the sideline.
And I don't think Coach Dave Kohut would be too opposed to it either. A broadcast sponsor and as well the head coach of the soccer team, a team that we will be seeing tomorrow. Jameson once again takes a shot. It's Gonzalez, and it is incomplete. It is Terrell Island once again. And here comes Owen Pry for the field goal attempt. So far today, he has hit 3 PATs and a field goal.
I believe it was a 28-yarder that he made. This one's going to be a little bit further back.
And if he misses it, no harm, no foul.
Exactly.
I think that's the nice beauty of this. He knows, okay, if I don't get it here, it's okay. We're up big. Pry goes for it, has the leg, and it is good. What a kick from Owen Pry. And that'll make it 27-0 Holy Name.
I believe that was a 43-yarder as well. Ball snapped to the 33, 10 yards for the end zone.
And I will say this right now, dating back to last game, as of the start of the third quarter, Holy Name has gone over a full 48 minutes without allowing a score. The last points they allowed came all the way back in the second quarter, I believe halfway through against Madison. If they do not allow anything tonight to CCC, that would be 6 consecutive shutout quarters.
And I mean, no matter kind of what caliber opponent you're playing, 6 shutout quarters is 6 shutout quarters. Nothing to really scoff at.
And a lot of that is credited to Patrick Patton, the DC. The coordinator duo of Danny Zay and Pat Patton has been great to watch, playing under both of them as a freshman. Their knowledge of the game is tremendous, and I'm sure once again, going back to J-Rod producing the game tonight, that he would agree that both of them have a lot of prowess and a lot of experience beyond their years as coordinators for Holy Name. I believe both have been with Coach Dan Wondolowski since day one. And that was 13 years ago. Ball sent away by Pry, taken inside the 20, and here come the Ironmen. It is Terrell cutting it up the far side, and he will push his way towards the 30, and it looks like they will indeed give it to him there. Truly the last shot for CCC tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely, clock's winding down. Definitely feels like this is kind of, like you said, kind of their last shot.
And I think now is a good time to start advertising that after our final commercial break, we will have Player of the Game presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. I think we have a good idea right now who it's going to be, but we will see. And then tomorrow, make sure after the broadcast is done, you stay with us for the CrossFit Strongsville Player of the Game. And that'll be for the men's soccer game over at Searcy Field. And that game is a special thank you to Dave Kohut, one of our newest proud broadcast sponsors. And Cam, your old high school head coach, one of many.
Yes.
So first down and 10, Brown dropping back, rolling to his right, and he is able to throw it away. Is he still in the pocket? The answer is yes.
I don't think he made it back to the line of scrimmage.
So that'll be intentional grounding and a loss of a down. But going back to your time playing soccer, you missed the Moeni last year. I know that.
I did, and I missed Duffy. But I caught, what was a great starting of Drew English and Kurt Wysocki being the head coaches, and they left for where they are now at the field we're now at, North Royalton. Great coaches. They're having a great season so far. I believe they're 7-2-2. So definitely a very good, very tough team. 3 guys that actually transferred out to North Royalton with them, Dante Arena, Hleb Yefmenko, and Jack Sinclair, all big senior stars now for the Bears.
And then your senior year for Dave Kohut, and that brings us back to modern day. Second down and 23, a Walmart parking lot, handoff for Locklear, and he is upended at around the 20-yard line. They say the 19, and it is third down and extremely long for CCC. They didn't get a win in their first game back here at Royalton this year, but they are now 9 minutes away from ending this chapter of Holy Name football history with a big win.
And that's always got to feel great, right? This is your last home game coming in here tonight. You want to kind of close out the saga with a big win, and they are really providing one tonight.
And then after this, the new home field, Brooklyn Memorial Stadium.
Beautiful field.
And once again, going to Mr. Airbar. So many ghosts out in Brooklyn. Third down and 20 for the Ironmen. Brown hands it off. It is Locklear bouncing outside the far numbers. Wallace is there with the hit. And it's a gain of maybe 2. And that should bring on the punting unit once again. So fourth down and 18. But if you are the Holy Name Green Wave tonight, you have to be pleased. And even if your offense stalls, I think one more time we could see Owen Pry. And eventually that could lead him to donning the Browns jerseys.
Oh, geez. Yeah, Andre Schmidt got hurt today in practice, so.
Youngway is now a free agent.
Why not, dude? Why not? Actually, just call up Phil. See if Phil Dawson can come kick.
And I think we'll talk about that. Tune in, 91.1 WRMU, Monday night at 10, Sports After Dark. It is our inaugural show, so make sure you tune in for that. Rodriguez will muff it, able to pick it up and get something from it, and that something is to the tune of the 41-yard line, but not so fast. And there's a flag, but CCC at the end of it did come up with the football. A late rip. I don't think it's going to matter.
I think it's still going to be a Holy Name's ball, but I think the penalty, I believe it is a holding on Holy Name.
I would agree with that based on where it was thrown. And I believe we will have a timeout of some kind called as they do address this. But going to this huddle for Holy Name, how aggressive do you get with 7:25 on the clock? This could be a time, no consequences. JMO can break out. Or you do the expected thing and run out the clock. But I truly think heading into conference play, a conference that easily could defeat you every single week, you got to get JMO in rhythm.
That is very true, but also in the same sense, multiple injuries in this game already. I think you kind of just got to run out the clock as quickly as you can. You want these 7 minutes gone in 7 minutes, right? So trying to get out of here as quickly as you can, escape with the win, and try and limit the damage so far.
And as well, score update from Padua. It is the transfer from Independence a few years ago. Jose Caban blocks a punt and scores. We met Jose Caban's dad, Jose Caban, during the summer at Schoonover Stadium. Great guy, has a media company. Got to talk shop with him about baseball, media, and everything along those lines. Glad to see Jose is doing good at Padua. Truly a good kid and truly a good ball player. First down and 10. Handoff here for the Namers. Flags will fly. And he will be taken down at around the 49-yard line.
I don't believe that is that's not a traditional runner, and that's not Rodriguez or Nemeth. That's number 12.
And we will try and get a name here real quick.
I believe they're going to call holding on that on the Namers. So it's going to back them up quite far. I assume it's going to be probably more of the same, though. Lane looks to be getting some backups in the game. Obviously, I talked about those injuries coming into play and trying to get their star players a rest, make sure they're good going into next week game against NDCL. So
I believe that is a freshman runner, no name quite yet. Jameson's pass is caught by Nemeth. And Nemeth is able to scamper forward towards midfield, and in the end dives on through, getting to midfield. So a nice pickup of 16 on the play for the senior standouts.
Never mind, just when I talk about him not being in the game to stay healthy for next week. Picks up a big gain there, but still second down here now.
And once again, I said it last week, I believe with Nemeth, if you can give me any one guy from Holy Name or really anywhere to go to Mount Union, it would be Nick Nemeth and maybe 1B in there or even equal Xavier Rodriguez. Give me both.
Absolutely. I would not like to see them in a Mount Union jersey as a student of BW. I would love to see them in the brown and gold follow Aiden Butler's footsteps.
Jameson rolling out to his right. He will take the deep shot, going for Gonzalez. Pass is tipped up in the air, incomplete. And once again, it is the freshman Terrell in on the coverage. Truly, Terrell Island.
I mean, I don't hate that, though, especially, he's got the arm to make it down there. It was a really good ball. He had the time. No one else was really open. I mean, he probably could have ran possibly for the first down, but you got another chance here on third, so why not throw it up to your receiver and see if they can come down with it. Already came down with one today, so I don't hate that.
And it'll be 3rd down and 4. Going back to your point about having them at BW, maybe defensively, you guys have the next great rusher in the freshman from West Branch. State champ for baseball his junior year, Boston Mullenix.
Yes, he has been electric. He's played in both games so far, albeit kind of blowouts in both of them.
Big fan of Boston Mullenix. Seeing him last year against Girard in week 3. Handoff on 3rd down and 4. Beautiful vision to get the first and then some. The young buck making an impact here. And this is what you love to see from Holy Name. The underclassmen getting involved, making some plays. And speaking of underclassmen getting involved, making some plays, we were initially told he wasn't active, but this is now Luke Hudak's offense. J-Mo's day is done. All hugs and smiles between him and Luke Hudak. And now the sophomore waiting in the wings, trying to make an impact here down the stretch to round out this chapter at North Royalton.
Probably going to be more of the same. Looks like CCC's really loading the box.
He's 2 for 2 in the air this year. Hudak keeps on 1st down, splitting through the defense, and he is able to get towards the 35.
He almost broke that one. It looked like he was maybe one tackle away from breaking that one loose.
And if Luke Hudak can impress here, is this a guy that you get in with some design plays? I think you do. You did it last week.
Yeah.
Maybe we see more of Luke Hudak, some double quarterback action. You're telling me that if Holy Name ran a Philly special, Jameis is not going up for the ball.
That is very true. I mean, big guy, big frame.
6'3", 185. Luke Hudak, 5'10", 175. So a slight discrepancy there. 2nd down and 3. Hudak, not much time. He will dive forward and he will take the sack. I believe they will credit that one to Eric Johnson. I believe that is the first sack of the night for CCC.
I believe so as well.
So 3rd down and long for the Namers. And this could be the 3rd pass of the season for Luke Hudak. Had one against Normandy in week 1. Had one last week against Madison. Kind of an awkward hot potato, you take it. But still, it's a pass. But all the way around, Holy Name, the better team on the night. And they will improve to 4-1 on the year. One of their best starts in recent memory, if not their best start in the past half decade to even decade.
I was going to say that's definitely a false start.
Somebody moved just a bit too early. But it's crazy to think, Cam, those teams who made it so far in the playoffs, Elite 8, Final 4, no, they didn't start like this.
Yeah, definitely different feeling, but obviously the next 5 games coming up, all conference games, all very tough opponents. So down the stretch, you need to pick up a couple of wins there, even though they're going to be very tough games. A lot of, like I already said, conference opponents, you know they're never going to be easy to play, and especially with Padua in there. No matter their record, it's always a tough game.
Do you count COVID for starting 4-1? Do you count it? If you do, 2020 is the last time Holy Name started 4-1. Hudak takes it himself on 3rd down, and he'll get pushed out of bounds, and it'll be a decision time for the Namers. They lost to Walsh 24-7 in the opener here, then went on the road 3 times in a row, 39-0, 34-0, 47 against Normandy, Rocky River, and Parma, before rounding out the regular season 35-0 against Bay, then beat River Valley, Bowling Green, Ashland in the playoffs, before falling to the Tornadoes of Tiffin Columbian. Then you go back to 2019. They also started 4-1, and that one loss came against Padua. I believe that was the year of the blocked field goal.
I was there at that game. It was I didn't even go to that was a gut-wrenching play.
I believe your brother Ethan was a freshman at that point.
Yes.
Clock continues to roll, and I kind of think they're just going to take the false start or
timeout or
something.
They'll take a timeout.
And there it is. One final reminder, stick with us after our final commercial break. Then we will announce our player of the game presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center and wrap up Holy Name's time at North Royalton Serpentini Chevrolet Stadium. Still sounds really weird to say that this is it.
It doesn't feel real. I know we keep saying it, like this is going to be the last time we're here as the home team, but
could be last time, period.
Yeah, last time here, period. You never really know what the future holds, but definitely a weird feeling. But, I mean, great school in Brooklyn, great field, great press box. And, I mean, looking forward to things in the future.
Me too. It'll be fun. Obviously tough to say goodbye. If we do come back here again, it is what it is. But I think when we left here, September 29th, I believe it was, 2023, we were content with saying goodbye, but with the anticipation of this still being a fortress for Holy Name. But now that fortress, it's being returned back to its rightful owner. As Nemeth sends that one out of play. He and the seniors, they will say this was their home field for all 4 years. But now a bunch of guys who will have split time between here and Brooklyn will come on the field to try and close this one out. Still, Cam, it's crazy to think that such an illustrious chapter, I believe 15 years, it's coming to a close tonight.
Yeah, like I said before, definitely a weird feeling having obviously played on this field, been calling in this box, graduated on this field. It's weird. It's definitely weird. But like I said, kind of it is sad that we're saying goodbye, but you know, onto new beginnings, or rather continuing the process of going back to Brooklyn.
And once again, we will be the last class to graduate from here. That's really weird. First down at 10 left, we are down behind the line of scrimmage. And I think one of our more memorable moments here was not a game. It was your brother's graduation in 2023 when the neighboring sound system at the middle school took over the PA.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Just random background noise. A lot of us thought it was a senior prank, one final one.
Yeah.
But in the end, it was just static.
Yeah, it was really weird, but...
And then our graduation, beaming heat. I was in the sunglasses. Evan Straz had his cartwheel to get his diploma. A lot of memories here. A lot of memories. We'll always have that. So will Namer Nation. but it's time to start a new chapter. Second down and 10. Handoff once again, Locklear able to split up through, and he will be taken down at around the 26-yard line. Solid pickup. Now third down and a couple left to go. Hudak coming in along with Viverka. Holy Name improving to 4-1 for the first time since the COVID year of 2020. If you don't count that, 2019. And that was a year that they lost to Mansfield Senior, if I'm not mistaken, in the playoffs. So final minute here of the 48. CCC dropping to 3-2. They're on the road in Summit County, or rather Portage County, I believe, against Mogador next week. Locklear runs it outside. A big first down. Hudak pushing him out of play finally. And that'll stop the clock. CCC trying to get something late.
It might be too little, too late. Only less than, or 36 seconds. Actually, it's 37 almost. But kind of feels a little bit too late. I'm not doing that, Smee.
But Holy Name, they wanted a shutout, and I think this is the perfect way to go out here. Owen Pry, a great night as well, doing the kicking. The offense got rolling. Esso Gonzalez, a big touchdown early. Xavier Rodriguez, a pair of touchdowns on the ground as well. And a flag will fly, and I believe it's a false start on the Ironmen. But I believe next year's game will be at CCC. This rivalry being renewed. This was a common fixture back in the day, 2010s. Believe it or not, Cam, you would often see Garfield Heights, Warrensville Heights take on Holy Name. I believe Louisville is thrown in there as well. I kind of think Alliance too. Some random ones in there that you really wouldn't expect. It is Brown. Brown cuts it up the field, and he will slide on down. He gets buried by a couple of namers. Down to 25 seconds. We will see if CCC wants one more play from scrimmage or if they are done for the day. Brown, he goes to the sideline to presumably get the play call. But we'll see if there even is one. Down now to 10 seconds. A bittersweet 10 seconds. But Holy Name, they have called North Royalton Serpentini Chevrolet Stadium their home for nearly 15 years. That ends tonight, and it will end in style. 27-0 your final, and that will do it for Holy Name's chapter at Noro. What a way to close out.
Yeah, big, huge win by Holy Name. Really coming out in the second half and dominating, taking over this game. Never fully got to that running clock like they probably wanted, but like you said, a big day by Owen Pry. Big day by Xavier Rodriguez. But stay tuned after this for Player of the Game presentation.
And that'll be presented by the Healthiest View Chiropractic Center. What a night. A lot of good emotions. A lot of fun football. Homecoming as well. Congrats to the King and Queen for their honors. But we will step aside one final time, toss things over to our broadcast sponsors, and then be back to announce our player of the game. You are watching OHSAA football on SmeeSports, presented by Ledgewood Barbershop.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits. Located at 6031 Royalton Road in North Royalton, Fire 45 is your go-to restaurant. Whether you are coming in to watch the big game or to enjoy a meal, we have just the food for you. Want to host a private event? We also do that on our venue side. From a 20-person birthday party to a 150-person wedding, we got you covered. Check out our website at www.fire45cleveland.com. Fantastic foods, handhelds, pizza, Fire 45. Come taste what we have cooking. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
Welcome back to North Royalton Serpentini Chevrolet Stadium. A big win tonight for the Holy Name Green Wave as they get the job done. 27-0 your final. We do have a trophy presentation down below for the outstanding lineman of the game. If it was me voting, I would say it goes to Jeff Bird. But that's just us up here. We'll see who gets it in a moment. But your overall player of the game presented by the Healthy ECU Chiropractic Center. A no-brainer tonight. Xavier Rodriguez gets it back-to-back weeks.
He had 2 touchdowns in back-to-back weeks. Kind of a resurgence after we saw Nemeth taking the majority of touchdowns in the opening weeks. But again, it's two-headed backfield for a reason, and the I guess it's a 1A, 1B situation, and Xavier shows up here today. A lot of running work for him, shows up on defense as well, but just a great all-around performance for Holy Name.
And once again, this is the quote-unquote emotional part of it. Around 15 years here, and it's over tonight. Class of 2024, Cam and I's graduating class. The last class to graduate on this turf from Holy Name High School. I would presume forever. But we'll see. Obviously, fate has its funny way of getting us back to where we started. Brooklyn was an old home of Holy Name High School football. Now we're back there. It'll be fun to see that. I believe they got the grant in to get a new main stand along with a new press box next year. So that'll be nice. But Cam, any thoughts? You played on this field. Once again, the graduation part. A lot of good memories, not only on the field, but also up here in the press box.
Yeah, look, I continue to say it, but it's sad to see it go, but on to continuing the legacy of Brooklyn.
And I would agree there. And thank you as well to North Royalton for their combination of us over the years, whether it be with Holy Name Broadcasting starting in 2021 or us now here at SmeeSports in 2025. Still awaiting our lineman of the game presentation. I believe Brian Neary Award. It's close to that. I do apologize if that's not what it is. I believe Brian Neary is the correct description. Our senior year, I believe both there got it. Before him, the man who concussed me, Logan Burden, and before him, Connor Preisel. So a very prestigious award. The linemen always love getting it. It's when the men in the trenches get recognition for all they've done. And once again, Cam, I have to give it to Jeff Bird.
Yeah, I mean, it really, the resurgence over the past couple of weeks, especially with being the backup and coming in and making a lot of plays last week, making a lot of plays this week, and then ends up getting injured, doesn't want to come out of the game, but probably the smart decision, save him next week for NDCL. But a lot of big plays made by Jeff Bird.
Definitely, as they still are doing that presentation. Our next broadcast is tomorrow. It is Holy Name Boys Soccer taking on Lutheran West, a high noon kickoff, 12 p.m. at Searchy Field. Join us a little bit before that, as we will have Senior Day coverage live at Holy Name High School. Once again, shout out to Dave Kohut, a broadcast sponsor for us and the head soccer coach at Holy Name High School. And there it is, as expected, Jeff Bird gets the award.
Well deserved. Very, very well deserved. I mean, talked about it today already. Just really great job defensively, making multiple TFLs, just wreaking havoc in the backfield.
So he is this year's Brian Neary Award winner, joining a long line of tremendous linemen who not only played football for Holy Name, but walked those very halls at 6000's Queens Highway, many of them with us even.
Yeah, I mean, for one final time, it was a good run, North Royalton. It was a good run.
Hopefully we took care of your lovely fortress the way that you would have liked it. Now we hand it back on to you. Best of luck to the Bears, whether it be girls soccer, boys soccer, football. I don't think they have lacrosse. So
I don't believe so.
if they eventually do, good luck to them. But all the way around, good luck to No Row. Baseball, a good chance we do see them. We'll at least see some remnants of them during the summer. Mario Escano, or rather Antonio Escano. Mario's now at BW. You got the big transfer, Nolan Kleinbiel. Another big one coming in from Buckeye. So best of luck to them. Just a lot of things going on right now. It is what it is, leaving this lovely place. But once again, Cam, it's goodbye No Row, but welcome to Brooklyn. Looking at next week, Tuesday, Alliance Minerva at TBD. Could be soccer, could be volleyball. I think I'm leaving that one up to the rest of the crew, depending on where we want to go and how good of a game we want to see, as that is a big indicator. Thursday, it is going to be Alliance and Louisville soccer, 7 p.m. at Rock Hill. Next Friday, it's a fun one. Minerva and West Branch football over at Robert H. Hines Stadium, 6:15 pregame, 7 p.m. kickoff on SmeeSports. Join myself and Daniel Clark on the call. Bryce Fisher will be with us for the pregame show, and then he will be back on the mic the next week against Salem, joining us for Friday Night Lights once again. Thank you to him and to Sarah for joining us. Coming up from the North Canton area, so not a easy track by any means, but glad to have them with us and excited to see them, and hopefully this summer get to see his travel baseball team take on a certain Mr. Aiden Kerr from Glen Oak. I know Bryce has some comments to make on that one, but he's going to save the smack for that random Tuesday in June or July when those guys actually play. But on your screen is broadcast sponsor information. Contact us there. We will get back to you, and we would love to bring you on as a broadcast sponsor, whether it be up in Cleveland or down in Stark County. But that'll do it for us here at North Royalton Serpentini Chevrolet Stadium for the final time. It's the good guys, Holy Name, getting the win here, 27-0 over Cleveland Central Catholic. He's Cam Ragazzo. I am Nathan Smee saying so long from No Row. Farewell to the Bears. This might be farewell for now, not goodbye. Either way, it has been a pleasure to call games up here in this great press box. We will see you again tomorrow for some more exciting OHSAA athletics as Holy Name takes on Lutheran West. But this has been OHSAA football on SmeeSports, presented by Ledgewood Barbershop. Thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you again next time.